This is Wild Phil. This is Wild Phil Zosophy. We are here with Lauren Schmidt. Let's get wild. We're talking mad smack about Danny Hamill, right? No, we're talking about how much we love Danny Hamill.
Yes, we love you, Danny.
We're talking about different seeds he's recommended to you. I was just talking to him recently because I guess I don't know if I should announce this or not, but I'm during lockdown, I was so bored that I wrote I don't have Microsoft Word, but I have Google Docs.
Yeah.
I wrote
so much better anyway.
It was somewhere around 9,000 pages of diary entries. Yeah. Maybe 900. Maybe I'm a little buzzed and I'm getting the zeros mixed up. But yeah, I was like, fuck it, let's get wild. Let's share the bullshit that I've been through. It's not all wild stories because what's kind of funny is I had a friend of mine, I was telling him I was shitting on reading. I was like, I don't fucking... Yeah. And I was good I used to write papers for money in college. I made more money selling papers to people than selling drugs. That's how good I was at...
Papers are pretty high in demand with those college kids. I can see that. I can totally see that.
Oh, you know what? Let me keep talking. Let me...
Sure. Testing. I can totally see how a lot of college students would just rather not even deal. They would rather just pay somebody to write their history essay or whatever it is, You
know how funny the karma of ChatGPT is that I didn't know that teachers now? Mm-hmm. Do you know what they do to see if it's ChatGPT?
I know that there's some sort of ChatGPT test
software.
Yeah.
Which is it's such karma. To check.
It really is. I mean, I'm just so grateful that I was not an English teacher. I can't even imagine what kind of nightmare that would have been to have dealt with. I was just doing art. It wasn't relevant to me at all. But English teachers or history, maybe if they have students write essays, that can be an absolute nightmare.
So this is how wild. This is how much we were talking about how much we love ChatGPT before this. It's funny.
Yeah.
Bewee fucking hates everything about AI.
I hate AI art. I think it's evil. I think it's an abomination. I think it's stealing. But AI is just information. So I don't, if I'm just using it for information.
Here, sorry.
I don't really mind that as much.
I gotta move
That's
this
okay.
mic for you.
That's okay.
Is it right here? Is that good?
Yeah. Is that better?
Let me see. Yeah, that is better.
Okay.
That's way better. Sorry, okay. I'm looking at the lines on the screen. So when you talk, you see when you talk, you're on the bottom?
Yes. It's not really picking up that much. It doesn't look like it.
It's all good. I'll just...
Should I keep talking? Do you want me to keep talking into the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
That's good right there.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, if I'm just using AI, ChatGPT as an alternate Google, I'm well, whatever. I mean, it's just information. How do you copyright information?
Yeah.
But I can see how using it to... write your essay for you is unethical. You know what I mean? The aims of what you're using it for. Yeah. I think really, matter quite a lot.
Well, so what's funny is I'm just I feel like a boomer. I'm baffled at how nuts it is. So for example, I have there's 3 things I did in order that blew my mind. First thing was I went to see Oasis recently.
Yeah.
Cried 3 times.
I would too.
Pissed my pants 4 times.
I would not do that.
Because I was not going to lose my second row spot. My brother was like, "Are you wearing a diiper?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't."
Yeah, you should have worn a diaper.
But I'm like, I don't want to sit in that piss the whole time. I let it evaporate.
That's what people wear to Times Square on NYC. They wear diapers because there's no reliable restrooms nearby, and you can't leave Times Square, especially if you are really close to the drop ball. So people just wear diapers. It's a well-known fact.
What is NYC?
For for New Year's Eve in New York City. Okay. Yeah, when they do that whole New thing with whoever's there
NYE.
Now. But New Year's Eve, NYE in NYC.
Yeah.
At Times Square. Yeah, it's well known that people wear diapers, and it's that doesn't sound pleasant. In the cold, in the wind, in the snow and stuff.
Get piss icicles.
Yeah, it just would not appeal to me at all. I'd be I'd rather just not. Go.
Yeah,
I have no desire to go to that.
But I don't even know where I was going with what the fuck I was.
Oh, you're talking about ChatGPT.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
so I went nuts over that show, and I was like, I
Mm.
need to be front row
Mm-hmm.
because of how much I paid. I paid like $500 each,
I believe it. Yeah.
and I literally just wrote. It's all about the prompt. I was like, I'm going to see Oasis at Soldier Field. Which gate should I wait for to be able to run fastest to the front row?
Ooh.
And it drew out a map
Yeah.
for me. Like it's
I
circled on
know.
the map where you enter and what you do.
It's very handy. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, it can be very
Then
helpful.
the second craziest thing that I did with ChatGPT. So I, I have my little Wii bike. Have you ever seen that little
I
motorcycle?
don't think so. No.
Yeah, I have this. It's a Honda Navi, so it's like a step down from a crotch rocket, but like
Okay.
above a pocket rocket. You ever see those midget crotch rockets in the circus?
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
it's above that, and
Midget size.
I modified it because it used to top off at like 45 miles an hour. So I was like, I wanted to get it to 60, and it's actually
It's so
built
small.
to not top off further because of the legality.
That makes
So
sense. Yeah.
so I modified it, and then I realized like it was overheating really bad. So I just wrote in the Chat GPT. I'm like, is it weird to drill holes in your transmission, like for it to not
Really.
heat? And Chat GPT is like, not only is it not weird, many people do
Oh,
it. Would you like me to draw you out an AutoCAD blueprint where to put the holes so that it's
oh
aerodynamically best
no,
to
that
cool
is
down?
wild. That is wild.
That's scary.
It is scary. Yeah, it is really scary when you think about some of the
It's
possible
almost like if
outcomes of
somebody would
this
say,
thing, right?
where should I sit if I'm planning to shoot someone?
Exactly. Exactly. That's where my brain goes. Like, I hate to say this, but in a lot of ways, I kind of think like how a criminal would think.
Yeah.
So, for example, when it first came out, I was like, oh, this would be the best way to like kidnap somebody.
Yeah.
You know, you could easily fake your voice, and trick people into thinking that they're being kidnapped or whatever, and then blackmail them. And what do you know? That actually happened in real life. So,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes.
Oh, what happened with ChatGPT?
Well, not necessarily ChatGPT, but with AI, there's a lot of AI like voice, like modulator kind of things where you can fake someone's voice to sound like somebody
Oh,
else's. So some criminals
you can make
like
Joe
found
Rogan
out,
say the
right?
N word because
Yeah,
he never would.
right. Yeah, he never would. But you could literally take someone's voice recording and
Sorry.
then you could,
This is going to
yeah.
drive me nuts. Keep this
Oh,
like
do you want me to
touching
tap
you.
it? Touching me,
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
like
like that.
this.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to put my chin on it.
Is that uncomfortable for you? Or I could put
No,
this
it's just kind of awkward.
Okay, it's up to you. I could just put a. That's just what I do when I'm on stage.
Okay.
That's what I learned.
Put it on my chin. Okay. All
Put
right.
it on your chin.
Put on my chin. I'll rest it on my chin like this. so, so yeah. So anyway, some criminals.
Speaking of
used,
kidnapping,
right? Yeah. So some criminals like used a voice recording of like a child, like a teen or something like that, and then they used it to make it sound like the kid was like, "Oh my God, mom! Like they
Yeah.
abducted me," and then they sent it to the parents and were like, "You must give us $1 million, or we're gonna take your kid or hurt them," and then they actually did it. So yeah, I mean, if it can be manipulated in a way for crime,
Yeah.
like that's scary when you think about all the consequences of a lot of new inventions that have come out.
Yeah.
It's really scary.
You know what is wild? This happened a while before. Is like this actually happened. I witnessed it. So, but so my brother, when he first went out with the girl that he just broke up with, whatever, he's having trouble online dating, whatever, and all that shit. And so 3 weeks into dating her, he kind of put like in a relationship, online.
Oh.
Some scammer online saw that shit and they messaged him, but on her Facebook profile saying like, hey, I know that we've been only like together for a little bit, but I really need like $300 right now. Like I can't access my Venmo.
Yeah.
And my brother just called his girlfriend. She's like, is this scammy,
That's good that they
And-
had the common sense to like kind of pick up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because who the fuck dates somebody for 3 weeks and like, yo,
Right.
I need $300?
Believe it or not, a lot of people do that just like in the apps before they've even met. That's a really that's a really common scam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
a lot of older people tend to fall for it.
Yeah. And so what happened, what's funny is that happened between them, and he didn't tell me about it. Like, I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So then they looked at the relatives, and then she messaged me on Facebook saying, yo, I need $300. I could really use the help. And I was like, oh, yeah? Well, it sounds like you fucking got hacked. How do I know? Like, can you FaceTime right now?
Yeah.
And
exactly.
some Indian guy deep faked her face on him.
Yes, that's horrifying.
And
so
it looked,
scary.
and I could immediately tell. I mean, it looked like, you know, GoldenEye 64 graphics, you know? So,
that's so scary.
So I just like, cause I love trolling. I was just like, you know, I'll spend, can you tell me if I'm doing it right? I'll send you a screenshot. And I just sent them a close up of my asshole, and they got really mad. Yeah, pretty mad. So that's how you deal with scammers.
Exactly.
But
I'll keep that in mind next time.
But then the wildest shit that I did recently. So I have literally probably 100 pages of Google Docs of bits that I've written. Some of them, I probably tried 20 pages of those.
Okay.
So I haven't tried all of them. I just, it's a long story, but basically after I got hypnotized, I kind of like trained my brain into writing jokes every day. And so I have all these premises that I haven't tried. And what's funny is like, I would input, I was like, I know this for a fact. I knew a guy in the comedy scene. Do you know David Prorock? I don't give a fuck about calling him out. He's a piece of shit. He's a tech guy from San Fran.
Oh.
He couldn't make it as a rapper. So like Ruse Radio, shout out to Ruse Radio. He's actually talented. He actually freestyles. He's actually good at what he does, and he actually does it organically from his mind. This guy David would literally be like, all right, here's Lauren Schmidt. She wears yellow shoes. She's she works for a nonprofit, and she gardens with Danny Hamill. And ChatGPT would write the lyrics out for him, and he would try to perform that at an open mic. So I know for a fact that you can't just use ChatGPT to write jokes.
I've seen people do it before.
But it's all like
a bit, like a small bit.
It's like dad jokes.
Yeah. It's usually just silly little things.
But what I liked is I would input an entire joke of mine, and I would just write, what is this missing? It would be like, add like 2 more tags. And it's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It does.
Because to me, it's like a free class, you know?
It is.
I mean, like, to put it this way, like, my bit went from, like, I had a bit that goes like, it's like, oh, you know, a lot of white chicks, they think immigration is like an epic story when you migrate. You know, when I tell the story of my parents. And really all it was them looking around and being like, yeah, I kind of had enough of this. And that was like my joke. And then it was like, okay, add 2 more tags. Be more specific, right? So then it turned into, I thought it was a lot funnier. It was like, you know, a lot of white chicks, whatever, they think immigration is epic. And it's more like, my parents just looked around and were like, man, things not what they used to be. You know, when Jews were in camps? And then it goes into like, and they go, you know, how did they immigrate? Like, what made them decide? Right. They're like, you know what? First bus that doesn't smell like goat piss, we are going on. And I thought it made it so much funnier. Yeah. Like, but because also it has a lot to do with timing on stage. Like, no fucking AI is going to have that organic human quality.
No.
So
it's a good like starting point. You know, if you're using it for brainstorming to give you ideas, it's a great like way to generate or like to help you start.
Yeah.
You know?
But also like there's things that how do I put this? There's also things like stereotypes that I don't know of that I could just look up through there. Even like when I look up for lyrics of joke rap songs I read, I'm just like, what are all the 1-syllable words that rhyme with bod? Or, you know, like whatever.
Todd.
Yeah. So, and it's a lot more efficient than Google. I don't know how Google's going to stay in fucking business.
Isn't. I know.
So,
yeah.
But, we went on this whole tangent. We start this off 15 minutes later, whatever. Is there any wild shit that you've been through in the past 2 weeks? Any wild crap?
I wouldn't say like necessarily in a bad way, but something that's really fun. If you've never been to it or never heard of it, it's called Chicago Full Moon Jam. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's so much fun. So every time that there's a full moon during the summer season, like usually early June through like literally this week, there's a place in Chicago. It's usually like a different beach or a different park. So you show up, it's free, open to the public, it's family friendly, and there are these fire dancers and like fire breathers and stuff that just perform.
Nice.
As the sun is setting and the moon is rising, and there are these people that play drums for like hours. They'll play like the same beat, and it's like the most hippy dippy thing ever. And it's just it's a lot of really interesting things that you see that go on there. People like dress really weird.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of a cool, fun thing to do in the city out when the night is out and it's beautiful and stuff. And
you know what would be
it's
weird?
Really cool.
Is if they didn't dress really weird.
I know, right?
If some motherfuckers in Versace outfits showed up.
Well, so here's what I thought was really strange. Like most people that do this fire dancing stuff, like dress in like a, odd way. For example, like they might wear a really flowy
Spencer's,
thing,
the Danny Hamill,
maybe, or like
hemp hoodies.
Well, they wouldn't wear that because it's like highly flammable. But like a lot of people wear kind of like cut out leotard kind of things.
Oh, okay.
Like they're trying to dress like kind of sexy or whatever, or they're wearing these kind of like long flowy like hippie outfits. And at the one that I went to this Monday night, there was this one woman there that was wearing a white leather suit. And I was like,
Catwoman?
No, she just looked like she just came from work or something. And I was like, it was so like corporate.
Yeah.
But it was also because it was like leather and it was white. I was like, that's such an odd sartorial choice for her to make, I was very captivated by that. I thought that was interesting and odd. But there's a lot of fun, odd characters that you see there.
Yeah.
I've been going like every month since June, so I've like kind of started to recognize some of the performers too, and some people got really into it. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, if you've never been, I highly recommend it. And I've become like more interested in learning about the moon too. Like I've never really been the kind of person that was like, oh my God, celestial things, whatever. But now I'm like, it's like this type of moon, and like the blood moon was rising the other day, and I'm starting to actually track it more because of this event. So like a fun little new hobby of mine has come out of it too. Yeah. So I think it's really fun. I highly recommend it.
Are you into the whole jam band shit? Has it taken you there yet? Fish and Grateful Dead and Wookie Foot.
No. It's like it's different music. It's like,
are you gonna be the white girl
like
with dreads
beats
in a year?
Oh no, definitely not. The thought of putting
out
like
from your armpit hairs.
No way. I'm not that much of a hit. I'm not that much of a hippie. Yes.
Don't become.
I was like no, like the thought. No way, definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, no, I was nuts. So I want to talk about that's one of the wildest things, that this Oasis thing, right?
Yeah, that's awesome,
dude. I was so it started off this was real. I guess I may start from the whole beginning. I'll just tell you, right? Mm-hmm. It was so fucking wild. Like I got into this band. Did I ever tell you this supernatural shit about it?
No, I want to know.
I'm not into ghosts. I'm not into any of that stuff.
Oh, I am.
But I am into, like I said, my anecdotal stuff.
Yeah.
And this did not make sense to me, okay?
Yeah.
I went to, a few years ago, I went to therapy for my mom dying. Mm-hmm. And they were talking about, they're like, people who are, like, your abusers, whatever, you're, like, fucked up people, they're harder to say goodbye to than people that you love sometimes, because you never get that closure. Like sometimes when somebody you love dies, you're like, I did everything I could for them.
True.
They didn't suffer. And they lived a good life, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And with abusers, you're kind of always looking for forgiveness, which you'll never get from a diagnosed narcissist.
It sounds like a form of guilt.
Yeah. So my therapist was like, you got to cover all three bases. It's like the first one is like, You got to do whatever you can to help her. Second base is like kind of like forgiveness, and then third is like kind of like redemption, like almost like bucket listing. Like, is there anything you want to
Yes.
say?
Yeah.
And she wouldn't. Like, she constant playing victim and all this shit, just
Yeah.
constant. Like, you know what fucking like really hit a nerve in me? Have you seen Joker?
The first one, yes.
Like with Joaquin
Oh,
Phoenix,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know when he's like uncontrollably starts laughing on the bus
Yeah.
and he has to hand that card?
Yeah.
That was my mom with laughing and crying. Like, I literally had to walk out of the theater
Well, oh.
because she was that mentally ill where she would just
Yeah. Did she
Re-
have like a formal diagnosis of that?
she didn't want to. She
probably did.
you know what's nuts? She had 8 doctors tell her she had ALS and still didn't, to her grave, accept that she had it. She kept telling people,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's Bell's palsy. It's Bell's palsy. I had a stroke."
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't talk.
Right.
Like, she's not saying it. She's writing it on a dry erase board, you know?
Yeah. A lot of people, when they are faced with such a catastrophic piece of news, they just go into immediate denial.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only way that they can cope with something so catastrophic is they'll just like just not even acknowledge it or
Yeah.
not believe it or whatever, even though deep down they know
Yeah.
that it's over.
Yeah. So, like, at this time, I was like, I didn't. How do I start this? Like, I just remember. This is what was so fucking weird. Is I was like, okay, I covered every base. I tried to help her. She didn't want to go to
Yeah.
therapy. I tried to give forgiveness. I forgave her, but then like she didn't want to apologize for anything. She never would.
No.
And so I was like, all right, well, I got my bases covered so that when she died, I did feel numb. I was just like, you did not. She kind of went out like a Nazi.
Yeah.
You know, like, I will go to the grave with my evil and not
Yeah.
die by the hands of defeat, you know, type shit.
Right.
And so I remember when she died, I went to sleep and I heard this song in my head. And I woke up in the morning and I went downstairs. I immediately wanted to write it. And I'm like sounding it out and I'm like writing it out. It was a fucking Oasis song that I never heard in my life. Is that not fucking wild?
You mean like you wrote it like word for word? It was the same?
I
Or,
wrote
like,
the
really
chorus.
similar?
I wrote the chorus because the
Really?
chorus goes, and this is why it coincided with my mom. It was about like covering all these bases and how
Yeah.
she would like cry randomly.
Right.
The chorus is, but all of the stars are faded away. Just try not to worry. You'll be there someday. Take what you need and be on your way and stop crying your heart out. And I was like, dude, I'm getting choked up even saying it.
So you wrote that?
I wrote
Like,
that.
word for word?
I heard that in my dream, and then
Oh,
I wrote it
freaky.
on paper, and then I was like,
wow.
"This sounds familiar." And I looked it up online. I was like, "Holy fuck! I've never listened to this band. How do I know? I
You
must.
never heard of Oasis before?
I've heard Wonderwall and Champagne Supernova.
Yeah.
But that song, "Stop
that
Crying
song.
Your Heart Out," I never heard that. Have you ever heard that song? Because that's not one of their known songs.
I feel like I've heard that chorus, but like, what's the name of the song you said?
"Stop Crying Your Heart Out."
Yes. And sometimes the way. Yeah.
I must
Yeah.
have heard it. If I heard it once when I was a child, because I
Yeah.
never, I couldn't. I was
Freaky.
like, how the fuck did this end up subconsciously in my head? You know?
Sometimes songs can do that.
Yeah.
Like if you haven't heard a song in years and years, it's like pressed into your subconscious.
Yeah.
It's possible.
So I started
know.
listening to them, and I got obsessed. So fucking.
They're a great
obsessed.
band. They're a great band.
Like it got me out of my depression. I didn't see.
good.
See, you know what's funny? I was gonna make a video about this, but I thought like people would get way too upset. I have a theory that the '90s were the last generation of amazing music. Not last. They
Yeah.
were the first generation of amazing music. And the reason why I say that is because when you think about the evolution of music format, it started out with records, right?
Yes.
And where they're like, oh, there's no way you could get this like this good sounding, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, what can we do so that we can listen to this in the car? And they made a tape cassette, right?
Yep.
And from like the 60s, they still kind of made okay records, but they kind of were like, we're going to write what we write, and you can like it if you like it or not. We don't give a fuck, right?
Yeah.
Then that's when the shisty, money-grubbing music industry started.
Yes.
And where they went like, okay, you have to make... We're going to write you a contract. This is how much we're going to pay you up front. You have to make 7 records with this with 3 hits on each one. And what bands would do is they already had 12 huge hits, but they would stretch it out because they had to live up to their contract.
Makes sense.
And so, like, my argument is that music from, like, the 70s to, like, the late 80s is trash because it was, like, they're all 3-hit wonders to me. I don't know. That's just how I felt. Like, every band that people are like, man, you ever hear Cheap Trick? No, I heard the 3 songs by Cheap Trick. I don't, man, you know how amazing, whatever The Who is? I know how amazing those 5 songs are, Have you ever, even anybody, like, I remember I was in a band with, dad band with this guy. And he was like, I look up to Van Halen. They used to fucking practice twice a day, 7 days a week. And they got 5 songs out of it.
Weird.
Like what? Hot for Teacher, Panama, Running with the Devil, Eruption, Jump, right?
Weird.
Do you know anything else? They have 7 albums.
No.
How many, like...
I guess. Yeah, I guess... I don't know. I mean, it could be a lot of filler, possibly. I mean, there's a lot of great bands from that time, but I don't know. I never really heard like that exact like theory before, but I can see how
I got obsessed with it because like
awful.
I feel like every person was raised on a certain 60s band. Like,
for me, it was the Beatles.
Yeah, that's for Kelly.
I know like every Beatles song by heart.
That's Kelly and Gavin.
It was like the only band that I knew until I was like 12. Literally. Yeah.
Yeah, same with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's funny is for me, it was Pink Floyd.
Oh, see, I hardly know any of their music.
And the funny thing about Pink Floyd is they wrote concept albums. Mm-hmm. So the entire, you basically, like, I've never listened to any tracks on Dark Side of the Moon. I just listen to it from front to end because the entire album flows together. Or like The Wall, Division Bell. It's made so that you hear 80 minutes. It's like an 80-minute song,
Okay.
And I think that's what messed me up is like, because that was the band that introduced me into music. Yeah. I was like, I can't like a band unless they write full good albums. No. Yeah. And that's why I got all so my opinion is that once CDs came out, right? The 90s, they were like, okay, why did CDs come out? Because you had so many bands that you just listen to one track on, so you keep hitting rewind. Yes. And you're wearing out that fucking tape. So they made CDs so that you could skip through that bullshit filler, which changed the game up.
Yes.
Which made bands be like, oh, we're only going to get noticed if we write a full fucking good album.
Well, I will say this. I have lots of CDs where I like 3 songs out of the 12.
Yeah. You want to name them? Let's
I'm just saying, like, most CDs that I have, I can't, like, I don't, like, hate any of them. I just was like, oh, I like 3 songs off of this.
Let's hear it, Lauren.
I really can't hear, I can't think of any specific ones that, like, I don't like, but I'll tell you, like, the ones I do like.
Yeah, the 3, like, I'm saying,
like, that I like every track, like, 80% or more of the tracks.
Yeah.
I feel like that's harder to find that.
Yeah.
So for me, one of those is Blink-182's self-titled album.
Yeah,
I love like every song on that album. And then
was it because they ran naked in that video? That's what got your heart.
I haven't really watched the videos. To be honest, I don't. I think their videos are stupid, but I think like that album was by far their best one. It was like the most mature. And there's a lot of really great tracks on that album in particular.
Do you know any else? Like, obviously Beatles, right?
Beatles, yeah. I feel like every album, like pretty much all of the tracks. Like I probably know every single track on every album.
Can you? You said you can't name any of the like 3-hit wonders that you like.
No, I just felt like growing up, every CD that I did buy, I was like, oh, I ended up liking 3
Yeah.
of these.
Yeah.
But I haven't bought a CD in probably like over 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, I can't really like
Yeah.
I don't even think about like CDs anymore.
Yeah.
Nowadays with streaming, I hear a song on XM
Yeah.
and then I add it to my Spotify favorite playlist and then that's it.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going to go buy their CD now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like everything's curated. Everything's just like, I like this song. I like this song. I like
Everything
this song.
is a
and
playlist.
then exactly. It's like, oh, this is my
You know,
blah, blah, blah
that's-
title playlist.
That's the point
You
I was
know?
going to get with Oasis is that, you know,
Yeah.
what's crazy is the part of the reason why I have that theory that 90s was the start of good music.
Yeah.
90s is when greatest hits albums stopped because everybody started writing
Really?
full good albums.
Oh.
Because it's like
Good.
you look at everything before and there'd be like, I mean, there was some shit. Like I remember having like a Pantera live, you know,
Pantera.
because they would have like they play all the good stuff. But
Yeah.
the point is that like you didn't have to have like you don't need that now because people put their greatest songs on a playlist, right?
Yeah.
But back then, you know what I couldn't believe? Like when I got into Oasis, they have three box set album
Yes.
of the greatest hits.
Yes.
So I'm just like that's how many and I got obsessed. So
Yeah.
long fucking story. I'm sorry. Did you want to read? Oh no, you're not gonna finish yours. I'll finish yours.
I'll have like a couple sips of it.
That's fine. That's fine. We don't know how long we're gonna ramble, you and me. You know.
Yeah.
But no, so funny thing is, so I mean there's just so much emotion involved because like
Yeah.
I was telling you that
Yeah.
I had to go to therapy with my brother and I was like, hey, if this band could get it together, we're getting it together. So if they fucking get together before we get our shit
yeah.
together, we have a problem. And sure
Yeah.
enough, right when we stopped going to therapy,
Yeah.
reunion announced. I mean, it was fucking, I feel like I'm in a 90s movie.
I know. Coincidence? I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't think so.
It's fucking wild.
Yeah, the rift between those two brothers was like infamous.
Yeah.
No one ever thought that they would get back together, let alone tour again.
There was so much shit talking back and forth.
So much.
You want to know what's a side funny story about my love for them is, so Noel is the guitarist.
Mhm.
I love him extra because I'm into that Zodiac shit. We have the same birthday.
Oh, same birthday even.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I went to go see Noel and High Flying Birds. That's his solo band.
Oh,
And he plays, half his set is Oasis songs that he sings on.
Mm.
So when he plays the best of High Flying Birds, and then the second half is the Oasis songs that he sings on.
Mm-hmm.
And Garbage was opening, and then Metric.
good. Oh, I like them too.
I never got into Metric, but they played it. I really like them a
I
lot.
like some of their songs. Yeah.
But I know Veronica Memoir is nuts about him. She told me, but
I can totally see that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was on. Do you remember 2 years ago there was that smog alert in Chicago?
Oh, because of the wildfires?
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Well,
happened again this season too.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But like 2 years ago, it was like you couldn't even see the top of the Sears Tower.
It was awful. It was
Yeah.
so bad.
So we went down there. Garbage had to cut their set in half. Shirley was crying because she's like,
Aw.
I have COPD. I can't breathe right now. I'm really
Yeah.
sorry.
Sure, I felt bad.
So Noel goes up, plays amazing. I was about 10 rows away. I was like, my
Yeah.
mind blown, whatever. And then at the end, this is the karma, guys. This is why you don't steal from little kids, okay? He
What?
threw out his picks, and one lands right in between the kid's legs. This 10-year-old kid. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, this fucking 10-year-old kid doesn't even know what he's got, you know? So I just kind of put my foot out,
No, you didn't.
slid the pick toward me, and took it. 5 months later, I lost it at an open mic because I used to carry it in my wallet. And I
No,
was like-
don't do that.
I was like,
no, that kid is gonna be like, I remember I went to a concert.
he didn't even
and-"
notice. So
Are you sure?
I know he didn't
Oh
notice
my
because he went,
God.
yeah. They were looking for it, but anyways. So what happened
kinda
is
funny.
I had a show at how did this all start? So I remember when I took off work for the reunion just to hear about the reunion.
Makes sense.
Then I fucking like not trolled, but I bothered the fuck out of Kevin Kellum. You know who that is?
No.
He's a Chicago comic. He's on Q101.
Oh, Q101.
So I was like, if Oasis come in, dude, I'll fucking pay you to see. He's like, dude, I will pay you if you see them, because it's really hard to see them, you know.
Yes.
And so I got booked. I was doing Bob Keene's tomato throw show.
Oh yeah.
Got the most tomatoes thrown at me out of anybody ever there. Did my whole vulgar
Oh my
set.
God, you won.
And they were laughing. It was fun to get tomatoes thrown at. But
Yeah.
funny thing is, I'm rolling up to the fucking thing, and because I'm such a super fan, I already bought Oasis merch before, like tour merch before I saw them.
Really?
And I walk up to Comedy Bar, and there's a fucking like my stepkid's age, like 18-year-old kid, decked out from head to toe, just bucket hat, Oasis, like shirt.
That's impressive.
Like,
Yeah.
And I was like, so it would be really weird if you're not seeing them.
Right. They're like, yeah, no, I'm here to see this other band.
Yeah. Like, what's going on,
I'm
bro?
just wearing this outfit because I feel like it.
Yeah.
You know?
And because he was on a divvy bike and everything. And I was like, so what's going on? He goes, oh, dude, I love them so much. I'm going to every 5-star hotel to track down where they're at. And here's what's wild.
God.
He tells me about, so Oasis' first album is called Definitely Maybe. And they have, they're from, so, oh my God, I'm going to spend this whole podcast talking about it. Is that okay? I'm talking about this?
Sure.
Okay. They have, there's a huge Manchester pride.
Yes.
Because England, like London is sort of the rich yuppie.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like, I don't even know what to compare it to. Like Manchester's like the south side of Chicago.
Exactly.
And England is like downtown.
Right.
And that's why.
Or like north side.
Yeah.
Gold Coast.
Like extra yuppie.
Yeah.
So like, that's why they feuded with Blur in the 90s.
Yeah.
Because Blur was like these rich trust fund kids, and Oasis was from, like, do you know how bad Manchester, like, not so much crackheads, but like as far as like the architecture, it's like Gary, Indiana.
Yeah.
Because they kind of like, they got
class for sure.
I don't know if it was the Falkland Islands or World War II, but there was just so much damage done in that area, and they kind of like never rebuilt.
Yeah, especially World War II.
Yeah. That's why
that.
there's pictures of kids in Manchester like in the 80s, and they're just playing around in rubble, like building rubble.
Yep.
So there were these kids in Manchester who started a Oasis museum where they would like collect all of their shit.
I would see that.
And now that this tour happened, they were traveling with them. So it's called the Definitely Maybe Museum, whatever. Definitely Maybe Manchester, whatever.
That's cool.
And I went to go see him. It was, you know where Zany's Old Town is?
Yeah.
A block south, there's a place called Burton's Place. And they had the museum there. They set up there. And I went there. It was really cool. They had like all of Noel's old amps. They had jerseys signed by the whole band, tracksuits signed by the whole band. In the Wonderwall single, because first they released a single, there's a kind of artsy like Warhol type cover where it's a girl standing in a field, but then in front of it somebody's holding a canvas frame. That canvas frame they had there, you could take a picture with it.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was really cool. And the entire time that I'm at, and the Definitely Maybe album, it's a picture of them in a living room. The couch that is in that picture is the guitarist's couch, and they had it there. So I took a picture with that.
Yeah.
And while I'm at that fucking pop-up, Noel walked into Chicago Music Exchange.
Ooh.
And the fucking that kid was there. The kid was there, and I told that motherfucker to message me if they walk in and to message me. But whatever.
No.
He was probably starstruck, so it's whatever.
Right.
But
yeah.
So then the next day, the show happened. Oh my God, I fucking showed. I've never done this cheesy dedication to a show, and it feels great. Like I feel like a Swiftie that didn't sell out. You know, I never.
Right.
I never been in love with a fucking popular band like that. But here's it's funny because Liam and Noel have like they're actually really funny in public. Do you know they troll a lot of people?
I can see that.
There's like a shit ton of like one time they were saying Noel was moving Liam's furniture around for like 20 years because he wanted to convince him that his house is haunted. That's the level of troll.
That's a lot of effort for that.
Then there's like another story that I heard of, when you have like a nuts party at your house and there's just fucking spaghetti sauce on the walls and a knife,
dear God. I hope not.
So, Noel had a wild party at his house and somebody put a champagne bottle in his fridge, but instead of putting a cork, they just put a fork in the bottle head. There's just a fork in the bottle. And Liam comes over and he's like, "The fork is that?" He's like, "Oh, it's it keeps it fresh." It's like, "Fork, you're fucking with me."
Right.
It's like, "No, it's the silver. It keeps it fresh." And then like 2 weeks later, Noel went to Liam's house and every bottle in his fridge had a fork.
I'm so confused. Like, was the fork in the cork?
No, there was no cork. Somebody
forks, do the tongs fit in the really?
Yeah, he just had a skinny fork that he put
I would say
there.
I don't think I have forks that are like thin enough to fit in like a wine bottle.
I've got like they make them different.
That seems
sizes.
like really narrow.
Yeah. No, there was I have a narrow one enough that would fit. Like it's basically the diameter of like a chopstick. So
yeah, that's not very big.
Yeah.
How can you fit a fork in that?
No, he didn't put it all the way through. It was just at the top.
I know. I'm just like that's the widest part of the fork, like the tongs, right? Like it's like wide, and then you got like the stem, like the handle.
No,
of the stem.
it was just the stem sticking out.
Oh, I thought you were saying. But did they put the tongs in the?
No.
So they put the
tip was sticking out.
Oh, so the tongs were sticking out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so he went to.
That's why I was so confused. I was like, how did they fit the tongs of a fork?
That would have been a magic trick.
That's what I mean. That's what I was saying. I was like, the whole time you were telling that story, I was like, how did that even work?
Yeah.
But I can see how the handle stem like tip could, especially if it was like tapered or whatever. That could easily.
And then like a fucking week later, they where'd I put this gallon? Over here.
Oh yeah.
And then a week later, he's at Liam's house, and Liam's just got a fork in every fucking ketchup milk bottle. It's like, oh, it keeps it fresh, Can
I tell you a really stupid story?
Yeah.
This is really dumb. So, maybe about like 10 years ago, I read somewhere, probably on Pinterest, like, those like life hack, kitchen hack kind of things. I read that if you put a piece of celery in your loaf of bread, it keeps it fresh longer.
Yeah.
And
that's bullshit.
I don't know if it was necessarily, but here's what happened. So at the time I was like living with my folks, and they bought a brand new loaf of bread from the store, and I was like, I'm gonna try out this theory. So I took a piece of celery and like I just kind of like barely opened like the end of the bread and stuck it in there, and then like reclosed it like all nice. And then my dad
it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. He was like, oh my God, I just bought this. How is there a piece of celery in there? And I didn't know, like, I was not in the room or whatever, but he goes to my mom and he's like, did you see this? And she was like, no, what? How? What? I didn't see that, whatever. And so my parents were so freaked out that they called the bread company. And they were like, why did we find a piece of celery in there? And they were like, we have no idea, whatever. And then I overheard them talking about it. They're like, oh my God. And then I was like, oh, I put that in there.
Okay.
They were like, what? So they were like, we called the bread company. And I was like, oh my God, you didn't.
What was it, Canella?
I don't remember what the bread company was. I have no idea. But so I called the company back.
Yeah.
Because they were probably freaking out. Someone probably like got fired or yelled at or whatever. So I called them. I was like, hey, just so you know, I saw on Pinterest this life hack.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, you don't say! I've never heard of that. We'll have to try that." And they were very, very grateful that I called them and I softened that whole thing over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who knows? Like, you could always try it, putting a piece of celery in your bread. Like, maybe it will last longer.
Well, I will tell you too. That reminds me of two funny things. What you just mentioned. First, what's funny is do you know what the Anarchist Cookbook is?
Yes.
You know what like the whole premise was?
It originally started more like political, but then it became more dicey.
So it was I from what I heard, it was more of like a 60s movement of anarchy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was sort of like, here's like a guide to making Molotovs for like the Black Panthers, right? Mm-hmm. And that original Anarchist Cookbook was actually like real, right?
Yes.
And then a lot of like 4chan trolls would write shit online.
Right.
And that Anarchist Cookbook was like, hey, do you know you can get messed up by eating a Tide Pod? And people would fucking die.
Yeah.
I knew this dude. I just knew this really dumb wallflower girl. Like I don't mean to, I'm probably buzzed and I sound like a fucking asshole, but she was just like, I can't explain it. It's just one of those people. So she would do anything for drugs, all the way up to suck dick. And
that's not good.
One time, and people knew about it, so they were sort of like, all right, just have some of my bowl. I don't need you to fucking like compliment me all night. I know you just want weed, And one time she ran out of drugs, and this girl, bro, so first she made this bullshit story that she found a run over kitten, that like some kitten ran out in an alley. A fucking Cadillac ran forward and then was like, what the fuck is that? And then backed up over it. She made it seem like there's this kitten with this flattened back. Takes this picture of, it looks like her with a leash on a toupee.
What?
And then makes a GoFundMe that says like, I need 14 grand to save this kitten.
What?
And the funniest part about this dumb bitch was, the funniest part was like 10 years later, the GoFundMe was still open, and it was like $5.07 out of 14
I was
grand.
going to ask you how much you raised.
Everybody knew this druggie. They were like, we're not donating.
It's like the Peter Who Cried Wolf story.
Yeah.
Once you are known for certain things, like no one's going to trust you ever again.
So this idiot read one of those fake Pinterest Anarchist Cookbook, and it said that if you boil dandelions, you can get fucked up if you shoot them up. And she got an infected arm. Shooting up flower juice. But the other thing that makes me laugh, because you were like, where they called the company and they're like, is there supposed to, okay, this might reignite me and my brother's feud.
Oh, God.
But he knows this story. Something happened between us when I was living with my mom's. This was like right before I moved out. I was like 27. I was still I was like shopping for houses. I was with Kelly, and I was so severely depressed, just like fighting with my mom, that I was like, you know what? I know how to kill time. I'm just gonna write a new album, and I borrowed my brother's piano, and then. He's very possessive of his belongings. So, like, he's like, okay, you can use it for one day and that's it. So, like, I had it set up, like, plugged in with all the cords and, through the interface, like, all perfect to use it the next day. And then he took it away. And I was like, what the fuck? Why did you fucking take this piano? Like, what's your problem, I got so mad that I pissed in his Pantene Pro V shampoo.
What?
Like I just feel it was like half gone, and then I made the whole half piss.
Oh my God!
And at the time, I was working at, this is like some Oasis Brothers shit,
Yeah.
Actually, they have a story about that where Noel bought a stereo. And then Liam came home drunk, and he thought he was pissing in the flower pot, but he was pissing on his brand new vintage record player.
Oh my God.
So
that's terrible.
So anyways, so I did that, and at the time, I had my first office job at a place called C.H. Robinson. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
It does sound familiar, yeah.
It's like a logistics place that hires anybody. And I was at this job, and I got to double check real quick that sometimes I don't run out of room. But I was at this job, and off. Sometimes when you answer the phone, it just goes straight to speaker. So I'm like, and they have a script when you're in logistics, like, hey, this is C.H. Robinson. How's it going? May I help you?
Yeah.
Right away, I say, hi, this is C.H. Robinson. May I help you? And immediately, hey, man, I fucking called Pantene Pro V. It's not supposed to smell like piss when it's expired. And like my whole department started, they're like, what the fuck? And I'm in an office job, so I can't really be like, hey, when you get mad and you piss in someone's shampoo. And oh my God, it was so bad.
You could be like, have you thought about potential reasons as to why someone might have used this as a prank object?
Yeah. So I just leaned really far into it. I was like, oh, well, clearly you haven't researched enough. I mean, you called the company. You don't know who they hired. You got to look it up online. Because I was like, anything you look up, when you try and look up dirt on someone, I'm like, there's got to be one article. My Pantene Pro V smells like piss,
I mean, you never know. Some people have like weird adaptive senses of smell where things like smell like way different to them than other things.
Piss smells like ammonia, which is chemically.
I mean, it's possible. Like, not likely, but it could be.
Sorry, Robert. Anyways. Back to Oasis, right? So I fucking I took off work for the reunion, got the tickets, whatever. Luckily, I got my second pair of tickets refunded because StubHub fucked me over.
Oh, they're evil.
They are evil. They fuck everyone over. They go. We have until 2 hours before the show to refund you. That's what they told me. I'm like, how am I supposed to resell them then? Because that's why
they don't want you to.
Yeah, they don't want you to.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, long story short, what happened with me was like, so here's what sucks. They announced the reunion, and they're like, pre-sale goes on. I think it was like October 10th, Thursday last year. And they're like, that's the pre-sale, and then the general sale's on Friday. So I go on StubHub, and I'm like, oh, there's tickets already on sale on Wednesday. And you know why? Because all the yuppies that have season, like, do you know how expensive it is to go to a Bears game?
Very expensive.
Yeah. It's like $500 a ticket.
I would never do that.
Yeah. Me neither. I mean, I
feel like I wouldn't go to a Bears game for free, let alone pay that much.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So imagine how much a season pass costs.
My ex-boyfriend had season passes. This was a long time ago, but I was like, how on earth did you guys do that?
Yeah.
And like, who wants to go in like January or February to that? Like, ugh, no. So
I guess there were a bunch of yuppies who had season passes, and when you have season pass to Soldier Field, you get first dibs on everything. So basically, they posted tickets that they didn't even have yet, thinking that they could buy them first. And luckily, I got it refunded because you just disputed with Big America. Anyways, I never did this amount of work for a fucking show. Like, I got these tickets. We showed up at 11 in the morning. Mm-hmm. It doesn't open till 6.
So it didn't have assigned seats or anything. It was just like standing room only.
We had standing room, but we didn't want to buy the seats because I want to be front row.
Right. You know? Yeah, that makes sense.
And we waited by a gate, and there were some people, dude. The security at Soldier Field is the worst security I've ever experienced in my entire life. I've been in some shady fucking towns. That is the worst security. They hire like 13-year-old ghetto kids who don't know what the fuck is. I mean, they're 13. Who gives a fuck where they're from? They're 13. They're like 15-year-old kids doing a security job. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Was there any sort of like pass your bag through a scanner thing?
Yeah. Huh. And I remember I could have been, I made it to second row, like right behind front. I could have been front row if it wasn't for the Zoomer kid who can't make eye contact. His tism is getting to him. Oh. He didn't know how to put a fucking wristband around me. Like it literally took him like 5 minutes. And
I always do those myself. I'm always like, please, I don't want anybody putting those things on. I am very particular about how those are put on.
They were like, only we can put them on because you could just take it off and give it to somebody else.
Well, then can't you just put it on right in front of them? Like watch me do it, you know?
Yeah, it was.
I hate those. Like,
but
things.
I ended up second row, and I'm telling you, like, here's what's wild about Oasis is like, Liam has all these quotes. Oh, I didn't tell you the third trolling story. My favorite story about Liam. So Liam fucks with everybody. Like, he's just like, he doesn't give a fuck about starting fights. He talks shit, whatever.
Yeah.
There's a video that talks about like, hair metal is so dumb. He used to prank call Bon Jovi for like 10 years, like all the time. And Bon Jovi was like, dude, I will give you $100,000 to stop prank calling me. And he's like,
I think because Bon Jovi is so nice.
He's like, I've got way more money than that. No. And
no.
he still keeps prank calling him. It's fucking hilarious.
No.
But yeah, so Cage the Elephant opened.
I love Cage the Elephant.
I was like, whatever.
Really? I love them.
It reminded me, I never listened to him. It just kind of reminded me of like Wish.com, Queens of the Stone Age. I don't know why it gave me those. It sounded heavier live, maybe.
Yeah, I wouldn't compare them to Queens of the Stone Age at all. But yeah, maybe they sounded different live.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really heard the, but here's what's crazy about this Oasis show that was like choking me up. What people don't understand is like Oasis fans are like soccer hooligans, so they are used to chanting together.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because Liam, they make fun of his accent, like, you don't know what the fuck he's saying. Not mean.
There's a lot of dialects. Throughout England.
It's that Cockney, Manchester, you know. And so one thing they make fun of him was like, you know how Trump always says, what does he say? It's excellent. It's amazing.
It's the best.
It's fabulous.
The greatest.
It's absolute. Yeah. It's the greatest ever. Yeah. Liam always says it's fucking biblical. It's biblical. And it's so crazy because that show was actually biblical. I mean, can you imagine? I didn't know they were that popular. 60,000 seats sold out, and everyone is singing together.
Well, I think it's just because they've been apart for so long.
Yeah.
You know.
But I'm saying, have you ever? I'm telling you, I don't think there's any other. I literally have 3 photo albums of concerts I've gone to. I go to like at least a concert a month, and since I was 15, and I've never and never will, unless I see them again, go to a show where it's 60,000 people singing together every word of the song. Like, it's fucking wild. I literally, it's funny, when I posted the videos, half the comments are, well, great. It's awesome to hear you fucking do karaoke, because you can't even hear Liam because everybody's singing together, you know?
I think that's a big part of it, because this is their first tour. As far as I'm aware, this is their first tour since their breakup. Like,
it's 10 to 12 years.
Yeah. So I think it has that
2009.
Right, yeah. So it has that epic special feeling to it. It's not just like another show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when something is rare, or like you haven't seen it in a long time and it's like the only one, there's more of that special feeling to it. So I have a feeling that's probably why.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, had they been touring year round for the last several decades, I don't think it would have had that same panache, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why. Like, it was a very special thing.
Yeah, you know, and it's really cool. There was a moment in the show, I don't know if you saw my video, where I actually bought a rare Adidas tracksuit jacket from Savers. How are you talking about?
Yes.
It's a really rare one. It's like
no way.
Like most Adidas tracksuits, the jacket, they're like $100. This one's, I guess, like $300, and I didn't even know.
You can find amazing gems in a thrift store.
Yeah, I was just like, that looks really cool.
Yeah,
like cooler than the average Adidas jacket.
Yeah,
and I posted a clip where Liam is asking me what the fuck, like he's pointing to me, and
he spoke to you.
Like from the stage.
Really?
Like there's during a part where he's not singing and he's trying to see what does it say on my jacket.
He asked you that?
Yeah. And I got so starstruck that it's just like right when he asks, my phone falls. And you can just hear me going, fuck!
Your jacket says fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, but what did your jacket say?
It was just an old Adidas jacket. It was just vintage.
Oh, so he couldn't see the brand on it?
Yeah, I think he thought that it was like a team, like Poland or Manchester. It was like, what team is that?
So did you ever get to tell him? Like,
no.
That was just a missed
No.
moment. Oh no,
It was just him kind of like.
Well, maybe if you tweet at him or something, or send him a picture on Instagram, be like, "Hey, you asked me.
Yeah.
This is my tracksuit. I actually got it at a thrift store, by the way. Like.
You know what pissed me off so much? There was a stupid like stalker geek right in front of me. And in between, and like right at the end of the show, he's like, "Do you guys see when he pointed at me at my Beatles shirt?" I'm like, "Dude, he was signaling to unzip. You don't have a jacket on, bro. Quit stealing my fucking limelight from Oasis."
Sad. So can I tell you a somewhat similar story?
Yeah.
Okay, so this was many years ago. I was out in Arizona. With my best friend's parents who retired out there. I've known them my whole life since I was little, so they're like my other parents, like to me. And I don't know if you've ever been to Arizona, but it's full of retirees and like snowbirds and stuff like that.
Really? It's like Florida?
Oh, it's huge. It is Florida. There's entire communities where people just drive golf carts. You have to be over 55 to live there. Like, it's literally known for the land of the old, as they call it. There's a lot of they call them like Sun City West kind of places. A lot of places that are specifically meant only for retirees.
Yeah.
And so we went to this like little rinky-dink town.
Reservations? Bad joke.
But so we went to this little town called Wickenburg, and this is like all outside of Phoenix. I would say like maybe about an hour. Wickenburg is probably about another hour-ish away. So it's a little rinky-dink town, and we went to this college where do you know the singer Don McLean?
I know the name.
So he's most famous for the song American Pie.
Okay, yeah.
Bye bye American Pie. So we go to this concert at this like community college in rinky-dink Colorado, Arizona.
Yeah.
And when I walk in there, I was like, oh my God. Because I was like in my maybe like early 20s. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, everybody here is like a Q-tip. And for me, I don't know if you've ever heard that term, but for me, a Q-tip is like an old, like those women that have like the perms, like white hair.
Oh, yeah.
Like, kind of like that. I was like, yeah, everybody in this room is a Q-tip. Oh my God. By far, I was the youngest person by like no less than like 50 years. I was like, oh my gosh.
That's how me and Kelly felt when Kelly really likes Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh, I love that show. It was so much fun.
We were the youngest people there by like 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, I like a lot of stuff like that, like Price is Right. I've always wanted to be on The Price is Right. That's like one of my it's rest in peace, Bob Barker. I wish I could have.
Birthday. I sure.
Oh yeah, with Bob Barker. Oh my God, I share a birthday with Gwen Stefani and Tommy Lee.
To me, the top three it was Bob Barker, Noel Gallagher, and Peter Tosh.
Oh man, that's great. Oh Tosh.
Yeah. Not Peter Tosh.
Oh, Daniel Tosh.
Daniel Tosh.
Yeah.
Peter Tosh is a reggae singer.
Right. I was like Daniel Tosh.
Yeah, Daniel Tosh.
So anyway, so we go to this concert, and my parents' friends got like front row tickets.
Yeah.
So we're sitting in the front row, and then I just remember.
I don't want to shit on you. Is he a one-hit wonder? To be fair.
To be fair, like for me, yes. Like I only know that song, but like everybody else knew every song.
Yeah.
Everybody knew every song.
Mm.
So I was like, oh shit. So, he obviously saves American Pie for last.
Yeah.
And I know the song. I love the song.
Asshole.
So I know, right? They always save the best for last. So I'm singing along with everybody else because it was like the one song I know the lyrics to.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, at the end of the show, he wraps it up. He comes right up to me and he kind of like bowed like this. And he said, "Thank you." Because he's like, oh my God, like a young person like knows this song. So that struck me that he came right up to me.
Were your eyes heart shapes and you dreamed about him that night?
No, but it was just like a very touching moment for me. I was like, oh, like he was very honored that like I wasn't like on doing it, whatever, something else or whatever, at the time. So that was a very sweet little concert moment.
Maybe it's because you were the youngest person there.
By
He's
far.
like, I'll take anything I can get.
I know.
Right.
Exactly.
You're
yeah.
my American pie.
I know. I mean, like everybody else there was like
The expiration date is the least on you.
I know. There were a lot of super geriatric people there, so
Yeah.
I'm sure he probably was like, oh my god, like a little bit of fresh air that like some other generation like knows my music, you know.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
All in all, it was an amazing show. It's funny because I'm part of actually, you know what's fucking crazy is I have my whole Oasis bit that I did at Zany's, and I actually collaborated with the #1 Oasis page, and that made my video go viral. It's like at 12,000 now.
Oh, good.
So
yeah.
that's kind of that's nice that I used that coattails to move up my comedy or whatever. But
you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
yeah. That's the only other shit that's wild. I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't know what else has been. I told you about my cats. This is fucking wild. I mean,
your cats are very sweet to me anyway.
That's the sweetest they've been all week in general. I have 3 cats. There's a black one, total black cat energy, just shy.
Aww.
You know, she is so gentle, the black cat. For the first 3 months, I thought she was declawed. She just doesn't claw. She's just that gentle. She's like, when you try and pet her, she kind of just like shapes to your hand, like no pets, no pets, no pets. And then I have a gray cat who Steve. He's like we always make fun of him because he looks like a jaguar. Like his body is just as skinny as a jaguar, and he's got Steve Buscemi's face, according to my wife. You know. And
a little bit. I could see it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Pierogs is the fat bully, which is me as a cat, you know. I actually tried giving him this haircut. It was pretty wild because the moment I turned the hair buzzer on, he just jumped. So he just has this like dented mohawk. So anyways, no, we had these cats for 5 years. They always got along with each other. And just like, I was saying, I don't know if it's the full moon.
It probably is, yeah.
It was like an A24 movie. I fucking came down here.
Was it this Monday?
It was like last Thursday probably where it started.
It started, yeah. That's when the phase.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it was extremely bright this weekend.
I wasn't even talking about the moon. I was talking about like when this shit started. With
I mean the moon.
So it has to be the moon.
Yeah, the moon this weekend was especially bright.
Yeah,
really bright. A lot of people noticed it.
I didn't even know that. So yeah, it started on Thursday.
It was a special full moon because there was a total eclipse on.
So you get a job at Jewel.
I know, yeah. There was a total eclipse this weekend too.
Yeah.
So that might have
total eclipse of the heart. Another one-hit wonder. Right?
I don't know. I don't even remember who sang that.
Yeah.
Pat Benatar?
I don't know.
I think. I don't know.
But yeah, it started Thursday, and like I said, it was like an A24 movie because I came down here.
The best movies.
And there's just fucking hair chunks. Like they shredded each other to bits. Like they're like it's fucking Meow version of The Conjuring.
Oh my god!
And I don't know what to do. Like because I've never seen like they've been getting along for 5 years, and now they just like UFC suddenly.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
And so I've been fighting with Kelly because she's like, do something. I'm on my period. I'm stressed out. I haven't gotten sleep.
I'm telling you, it's the full moon. A lot of women's cycles are tied to the cycles of the moon.
Oh shit!
A lot of behavior. A lot of like when I was teaching, students would behave crazy when there's a full moon. That's where the word lunatic comes from. Luna and tick, like insanity. That's where it comes from. The moon cycle, supposedly.
I wonder if we looked up on ChatGPT if
probably.
it's like higher murder rates or something.
Yes, there's more like car accidents and stuff when there's full moon, or not car accidents, but there's like there's more like erratic behavior. Statistically around full moon, so there's more car accidents around. And that you know what, daylight savings time.
I read about that's scientifically proven that it actually scientifically does happen because it affects the tidal waves and the overall pressure.
The moon affects the ocean and all those things.
Which is so funny because basically what it's telling you is humans are hanging by a thread from killing each other.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I'll
I can believe that.
just change that fucking light in the sky. Just put it up a little higher,
Yeah,
and we
the
will
night light.
kill each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but yeah. So Kelly was going wild, like she's like expecting me to be the Steve Irwin of cat fucking tamer. So I go
I was
down
like,
here.
yeah,
And
they're cats. What are you supposed to do? Yeah.
I showed Lauren the video. I'm just like a typical dude. I'm just like, I took two of them. Like, come on, friends.
No.
Friend, one friend.
No.
And they shredded my hands. They just like they screamed so loud that it popped my ear, like when an ambulance passes by.
God.
And then I was telling you that night, me and like Kelly, I was like, okay, you're in beast mode. We all know why.
Mm-hmm.
We just turned on like 4 noise machines. That's when you know you got white privilege, because the only thing that makes you fall asleep is white noise,
Oh, no.
your anxiety blanket, a little lavender oil on your fucking face, right? That's what you need to
my
fall
gosh.
asleep as a white person, you know?
Oh my gosh.
And so me and my kid, we got woken up. We're like, what the fuck is that? It sounded like somebody like sawing through the drywall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I thought it was the cat fucking around with the door stopper.
Mm-hmm.
I showed Lauren the picture. She has proof. My cat ripped the fucking switch
socket.
outlet from the wall. Like
That's crazy.
He almost Home Alone Marved himself.
I would say, what if he stuck his claw in the socket and got
Zapped.
electrocuted, like the cat in the Christmas Vacation movie?
Yeah.
Remember when he ate the little light bulb and
Yeah.
that's what I call a fried pussycat.
Past
What if
few
he
days-
did that?
I kind of wish he did the past few days, because the fighting's still not done, But yeah,
Oh my God.
that's the wildest shit. I mean, I don't know. I got my workers' comp extended. So
Good.
yeah,
Good.
that's kind of wild.
I can tell you how I got workers' comp once.
Did you?
Yes.
Well, how long ago was that?
I want to say a little over 10 years ago. I was in grad school, but during summer I was a camp counselor.
Yeah.
And every day we played dodgeball, the greatest game of all time. And I'm not very athletic or good, but this is the best play I've ever played, but I sacrificed quite a lot for it.
I like kickball better.
Oh no, dodgeball is far superior. So I was probably about 4 feet from my opponent, who was my coworker, like another counselor.
Yeah.
And I chucked the ball like right at his ribs, like right here, like because he had his arm up. However, when I did that, when I took a step forward with my right leg, when I stepped forward with my left leg, somehow my left ankle got caught and twisted completely 180. It took everything in me to not scream expletives in front of a bunch of children at the top of my legs. I was like, oh my God. And I was limping immediately. And I was like, I'll be fine. And then it was like obvious, I'm not fine.
Yeah.
So they took me to the local hospital and they were like, so how did this happen? I was like, playing dodgeball. So like all the nurses were making fun of me. But yeah, I got the x-ray and I definitely had sprained my ankle. So I got like the cast and I got workers' comp. So they put me on light duty. Now again, this was like a summer camp with kids. So we were doing a lot of outside games and stuff.
Yeah.
So I just remember I was on crutches. I'm like, crutching in there. And then I couldn't get the splint thing wet. But the next day we were playing a water balloon fight thing.
Yeah.
So my job, because I couldn't really participate, my job was to fill all the balloons with the water. So I'm over by the hose outside and just filling them up. And all these kids, like, because they're excited, are like coming up to me. And I'm like, no, stop. Like they were going to get water all over me.
Yeah.
So I remember taking one of my crutches and be like, stop, like go away. Like I literally had to shoo them off of me to avoid getting water on my splint. So I felt like like an old person that was like, get off my lawn, like shaking my my crutch at them.
Yeah.
So I was on workers' comp for a while, and that was nice. But to be honest,
How
like
long
my ankle is still, it's never
Messed up?
really, yeah, it's never really 100% repaired.
Dude, that same shit happened to me.
Yeah, once you like injure a joint, they're never the same.
Yeah.
No matter what.
So this was like 5 years ago. I always, and I know this is like, I read into this because I'm that guy where this is like a symptom of trauma. So like, you know what it reminds me of? You ever see Animal House?
A long time
With
ago,
John Belushi, yeah.
Which is ironic because they're from Wheaton, like right over the town next over from me.
There's a scene where Bluto, the fat guy, they like destroyed his car. And he's just like, oh my God, that's a classic. And what am I going to tell my dad? And like John Belushi is like popping a cupcake in his mouth. And he's like trying to make him laugh. That's my response to any time somebody's not having a good time. I'm like, all right, time to put the jester hat on with my bells and start doing cartwheels because I'm going to feel guilty if there's somebody else not having a good time. So I was trying to make Kelly laugh. We were at GameWorks. You know what that is? It's like Dave and Buster's, whatever.
Yeah.
And it was an escalator at the 3rd floor.
I went on like a super awkward date there.
Did you?
like 2 months ago.
Yeah. We'll put a pin in that. But yeah, no, I was on the 3rd floor and I was like, this fucking escalator is huge. It's like at IKEA, you know? Yeah. And I wanted to make I want to make Gavin and Kelly laugh. Yeah. My stepkid. So I slid from the 3rd floor all the way down on my ass on the railing, like all the way down. Nice. And it picked up so much speed that I landed sideways.
Oh.
And I think I snapped the ligament in my ankle. And sadly, I was a welder in a temp agency. Yeah. But because I wasn't actively working, I didn't have health insurance.
Yeah.
So I just never went to the doctor for it. And eventually, like 2 years later, I snapped it again in jiu-jitsu. Oh. And I went to physical therapy, and it actually did make it back to normal.
Really? I'm surprised.
Yeah. But between that GamesWorks thing and physical therapy for like 5 years, it was the biggest pain in the ass. I mean, it happened to me like 20 times where I was walking home and they put the winter salt on the sidewalk. Right. And I like would step on one little grain and it would like, my ankle would give out. Yeah. You know? I remember I was at Riot Fest with my blind friend and I was like leading him around. And because I was leading him around, I didn't realize that, because, you know, Riot Fest is in Douglas Park. Mm-hmm. We were walking over the pitcher's mound and I didn't realize that the pitcher's mound was like a hump in the ground. Yes. And I rolled my ankle. Like, couldn't walk for the rest of the day.
Yeah, your ankles are very fragile.
Yeah.
It's really easy to hurt them.
And then this one time on January 6th, I was trying to climb a wall in a government building. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to continue. I rolled my ankle.
Oh, my God.
Didn't mean to go there. Yeah. But, yeah. I wrote a bit about how white that storming was. Because it's like everybody broke in and went wild. Yeah. But as soon as you got in, all right, single file line. I know. And everybody stay on the red carpet.
I know.
Don't touch anything behind glass.
Yeah, I was going to say, we all know that was very white because nobody really got shot. I was like, we all know if they weren't. Yeah, there would have been a lot more.
And nothing got nobody took their diamond ring and etched their tag into the glass like our museums in Chicago have, you know. Jeez. But, yeah.
Didn't people like smear poo all over the walls?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure I heard that. I think
you're thinking of Gary, Indiana. No.
That very well could have happened there too.
Or maybe you're thinking of my bathroom here at home. Yes. Right? But I just haven't found out that Lauren has smeared poo all over my walls.
Just waiting to go upstairs.
Yeah.
I left a surprise for you.
Yeah, it's the full moon, Lauren. It's okay if you
Oh, it
didn't.
passed on Monday already. It's
Okay.
gone.
Okay.
It's not the
Well,
reason anymore.
I'm trying to think. I don't know anything else wild that I don't know. I've been I've been trying to. Oh, we were talking about it in the beginning. I completely went off that. I've been trying to write this book because so I was
Oh.
talking to Danny Hamill
Yes.
about
Plants?
no, about because he wrote a book, right?
Yes. Mhm.
So I was trying to take advice, and even my last guest, shout out to Germ T Ripper, my buddy Jeremy Germ. He just recently wrote a book as well, and I just been kind of reaching out like what's the best way to publish and stuff, because I know the book world is filled with a bunch of gatekeeping nerds, and I'm just like, dude,
Yeah.
I don't.
You can self-publish.
Yeah.
And put stuff on Amazon.
That's what I'm using right now.
Yeah.
Except the Kindle program with it isn't very well updated.
Oh.
Like I don't even have Microsoft Word, but it only takes Word files to convert.
That sucks.
But yeah, we'll see. It seems like I'm like, why the fuck would I release a book? But at the same time, it seems like a bucket list thing to do. Like,
Yeah.
why not have a book?
Why not?
you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's not like so. Oh, here's what I was getting into in the beginning was that. So I was shitting on reading with my friend, right? Where I was saying like I would write papers in college, whatever.
Oh, right.
And he's like, "Oh, you shit on reading because you don't fucking like it, whatever." I'm like, or he's like, "You have trouble reading or something." I'm like, "Dude, no." And we would like we were like this frenemies relationship. So I was like, I will fucking read whatever the fuck you give me if you want me to. I'm like, dude, there's so much other things I'd be doing for 8 hours a day other than staring at a tree's
Ew.
foreskin. Like, that's just the way I
Yeah.
looked at it. And
Yeah.
the other thing when you think about it is like, in a few years, you'll be able to input a whole book in a Chat GPT and be like, make it into a 2-hour movie for me. You don't have
You
to
could probably
read.
do that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a friend who's like using ChatGPT to write a book.
Yeah.
I think he's written like a couple that way, actually.
I tried
Yeah.
using it as an editor, and I did not like it for book writing.
Mm.
It's not bad for guiding you, like I said with the
yeah.
jokes, like, oh, maybe you should give a callback. It's not good for exact writing because there was a lot of details that it left out. Because I like, I don't know, the way I write, I almost write it like it's a poem where I'm like, I like to describe like everything that's in that room and what is going on. And when I wrote it on, it's almost like seemed like it converted it into a police report. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a
So-
little too like formal and
Yeah.
lacks
It was the
individual
Cliff
voice.
Notes version.
Exactly. Yeah. It lacks like the uniqueness
Yeah.
of.
Isn't that funny that
People.
people used to think Cliff Notes was cheating? It's like, no.
Oh no, it's
this is-
nothing compared to this now.
It's like, you're
Right.
getting to the point. I
Right,
don't want to
I
fucking
know.
read Hamlet,
Well, see, what's funny is like the students at
Oh my God,
school.
I almost just popped my ankle.
I was to say, yeah, be careful of that. But the students at the school that I most recently taught at, like, they didn't even read books in their English class.
Yeah.
I don't know if they wrote essays, but all I know is that they got this like stupid, like a workbook. Literally, it was about this thick, probably like 500 pages. So they were like not reusable. Like
Yeah.
every year they had to be purchased, and then they were all thrown away at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So like these workbooks, I think they might have been from College Board or some like generic thing, and the students would like read and analyze like excerpts,
Yeah.
basically kind of like articles, because it was written in a way that it was very similar to stuff on the SATs.
Yeah.
So instead of reading classic novels and analyzing them, they would just like read these stupid stories to be good at taking an SAT.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so sad. Like, what happened to actually like learning the storylines and
Yeah.
how to like analyze text and like through a story and character and all this stuff? Like, that just sounds so dry to me.
Mm.
Like, no wonder they're cheating at it, because there's no like reason to be engaged with it at all.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, that's so pathetic.
Yeah. I kind of got annoyed with my my kids therapist. They're like, "Oh, he definitely has ADHD." It's like, "How do you know that he does?" And it's like, because he will only do things and work on them when he's severely interested in them. Isn't
that like everybody?
Yeah, right. It's like we're living in a generation where you're not allowed. Like if you're doing something that you don't enjoy, oh my God, it's trauma. You know, like
right. I know. I was forced to do a lot of stuff I like straight up did not want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? You know what I did watch? We were talking about that Jubilee channel earlier.
Yeah.
You know what I watched recently that I really liked? There was like a owned moment. Do you know who Patrick Bet David is?
No.
He's got his own podcast. He's kind of just like he's not political. He's just more like like motivational. Like just be push yourself to become
like a
rich,
life coach?
wealthy. Yeah.
Oh, does he like push courses? Like buy my course now? Like is he
I don't think he does
like
that.
An influencer?
He is an influencer.
Oh,
he talks about how he was like a poor Iranian like immigrant, and now he's like into stocks and a millionaire.
Is he like a finance bro type?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess he's like Andrew Tate without all the bad shit.
I was gonna say, is he like?
He's
like is he part
shit.
of the manosphere thing at all?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like he might be.
And there was a moment where this girl came on debating with him, and they were talking about how like not everybody can be where you're at, you know, because I don't believe in any of that. That's just me, you know. But she was talking about how she can't do anything because she's autistic and because she's ADHD, and he's like, well, you know, I'm a millionaire, right? And she's like, yeah, why? And he's like, how about you be my guinea pig and we make a documentary about how I will make you successful? And she's like, I would love that. And he's like, okay, first off, are you professionally diagnosed with autism and depression? She's like, no, why would I do that? I don't want to get into the corporate system. He's like, okay, so you're self-diagnosed. He's like, yes. I don't go into, and he's like, okay, you just lost your chance to be a millionaire. because so many people are like, you know what I can't stand is like there's people who actually have real fucking problems.
Right.
And like I actually got you know what I can't stand? I had somebody tell me, I'm not even gonna say who it is because it'll hurt them, but I had somebody tell me that every time I mention like, oh, my family died off, I'm epileptic, I got kidnapped, that's playing victim. That's not playing victim. That's actually being a victim. That's actually being a victim, getting kidnapped, having, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not playing victim because I'm telling you that I made myself out of that. That's called a warrior story. Like, this is all the shit I went through, but I still made it, you know? And I feel
it's like the mindset.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing is like, my therapist taught me about this. He was like, every culture has their own warrior. If you're Hispanic, it's like Aztec. If you're, Asian, it's like the samurai or the Genghis Khan, If you're white, it's probably a Viking, right? And what the warrior story is about is like, what did fucking warriors do after battle? Like, you spend a whole fucking day decapitating, impaling motherfuckers. You're covered in blood. What do, right? Well, how are you not traumatized? So what they would do is they would sit around a fire after decapitating all day, and they would share these motivational stories that end with a warrior happy ending. Like, hey man, I was whatever, say it's the movie Gladiator, I was a barbarian slave and then I had to work my way up and then suddenly I fucking ended up the right, like this victorious ending.
So much folklore and early literature comes from these oratory stories.
Yeah.
From early cultures.
Yeah.
So I can see that.
And I feel like today this whole like I don't fucking care what you call it. Autism, ADHD, whatever disability. Oh, I'm a cancer survivor. It's like so many people are using this as a card to be a complete cunt. And I feel like, no, dude, like, show us how amazing you can be despite all the shit you went through.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear about what a fucking grump you are now because of that,
I know. Yeah, I think it's all in the mindset. Like some people might say, like it's debilitating to them.
Yeah.
And then they get stuck, like they get stuck in that, like that they can't ever get out of it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they really know how to.
Well, I think it becomes
Yeah.
attached to their personality.
Yeah.
Because that's all they have.
Like when you're told that you're like so-called different or whatever from
Yeah,
other
yeah.
people, then they're kind of like, well, you know, they're like, well, now I have this like thing that's stopping me from succeeding.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like a death. It feels like a death sentence in a weird way.
You know what's funny? I was the intro to my book. I was writing this, and I was going to name this my book, and I hate it because the intro is so good, but it doesn't work as a title. I was arguing this with Biwi. The intro is, I remember I was in like somewhere between 3rd and 6th grade. I was on my Catholic school football team, and I remember one of the first string football players got injured, so they had to put me in. And I fucked up. Something happened where I didn't like follow the play, or I let them take the ball. Something happened, and I remember getting back, and these fucking coaches were so brutal. They're like, that's Lisecki. He's a single mother home, no dad, got his ass beat.
Yeah.
You know what? If he isn't a junkie, dead, or in jail by 30, I'll be surprised.
I know.
That's what he told me. In 6th grade.
They have no idea like how saying stuff like that to kids like can scar them for life.
But no, that motivated me. I was like, I am going to make sure that I won't become that. And I was talking to Beely. I was like, I kind of wanted to title the book Addicted, Dead, or in Jail, but it just sounds like another junkie book. You know, like,
I would say, you don't want to get typecast as that either. But I mean, some people might hear that and then like it just like paralyzes them, so to speak, for the rest of their lives, and then that's like stuck in their head. But then for you, that was motivation. You know, if I heard something like that too, that would probably do a little bit of both. I would probably remember that forever, for one, and then two, I would be like, oh my god, that's like scarred for life, like trauma in my head. But then the other part of me, when I get criticized like that, I have this weird like fire in me to like prove them wrong and to be like aggressive, aggressive at it. So for example, like I had a horrible experience in grad school, like kind of similar.
What exactly? Like I don't mean to sound stupid. What is like grad school? Is that post bachelor's?
Yes, like you
so
go
you have
back.
A master's?
I have a master's degree. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yes, I went to a master's degree for art, to be a sculptor, and a lot of it just did not go well. Like I had a professor
so
that
sad
hated my work.
because sculptures are cool as fuck.
I know. But my professor just hated my work and just like didn't think I was worthy.
Do you have to use a chisel and everything?
You could use whatever you want, really. You didn't have to. You know, there's so many different ways to be a sculptor, and
sorry, I don't mean to.
That's okay. No, art's one of those things that's so difficult to define anyway. You know.
Yeah. I'm thinking of like David. You know.
No, that's like super traditional. Like that. No, contemporary art is not even remotely close.
Okay.
To that kind of thing nowadays. It could be anything. It could be like literally. It could be fibers. It could be wood. It could be metal. It could be.
I get what you're saying.
It could be found objects. It could be.
I've seen people where they make
wire and stuff. It could
wire.
Be, it could be wire. It could be. It could be cardboard. Like there's so many different things that it could be. So anyway, I had like a really bad experience in grad school where like he just like didn't like my work and didn't think I was like worthy of it and everything, and like it was traumatizing, but at the same time I was like, I'm gonna prove him wrong.
Yeah.
Prove him wrong. And so my third year, it was a 3-year program. My third year, I basically like threw away everything that I made for 2 years.
Yeah.
And like I started over, and then my thesis show that I put together in my third year was like phenomenal, if I say so. And not to sound like a, like full of myself artist or anything, but I was like very proud of what I did, and it was like I had that fire to do it. You know what I mean?
What was your sculpture?
It was an installation, and what that means is like instead of it being like a piece that you put on like a pedestal or a wall or whatever, it's like the entire room. I transformed the gallery into a space. It was a like pseudo fantasy garden, if that makes sense, like how I would describe it. And the viewer had to like walk throughout the space, and I put things on the floor that they had to like tiptoe around. I had things that were like 10 feet tall. I had stuff hanging off the wall. I had stuff hanging off the ceiling.
Yeah.
And it was this like fantasy garden because I was using toxic plants. That's what I was inspired by. I think that's why Danny and I get along so well, because of our interest in botany.
Yeah.
And there's lots of toxic plants out there, even just common plants that are deadly. You know, you can have like 3 berries and you'll die in an hour.
Yeah.
And so I use that as like an analogy for like how I felt in grad school, that it was like a super toxic environment. So a lot of people went to my show and they're like, oh my God, this is so, like, I feel like I'm in this wonderful fantasy land. But at the time, for me, in my head, yeah, kind of, but no animatronics or anything like that. But for me, it was like spewing out the toxins. I was like, I felt like I was trapped in this toxic environment, and so for me, it was cynical. It was a very cynical show.
What was the toxicity? What was the bad experience? Do you have a teacher that wanted to
that's what I mean. Yeah. My professor just like hated my work. Some people think he is. Yeah, I could.
But you said it was toxic because he hated your work, not because he wanted to like fucking make moves on you.
No. It wasn't anything like that. No, at all. No,
just because that's just every movie I see is like our teacher trying to be a molester.
Oh, like Whiplash or something like that.
I don't know. I seen like movies where like our teacher always is like the guy fucking the students.
No, it wasn't like that. It was just not. He just didn't like my work, and he didn't think that I was like worthy of like of this degree and everything. And I was like, I'm here working on things. It's not like I'm sitting around doing nothing, and art is highly subjective.
Yeah.
Like it can literally be anything. As long as I'm here doing things, you know, like that's what I mean. I was like, I felt very rejected. Like, oh my God. Like I've always been a hardworking student. Like how could I just be like dumped on like this one day, basically like trying to kick me out of the program, basically like what? Like out of nowhere. So I got out of that. Like I went to a different like professor to be my like department chair person, if that makes any sense. And he was like, I had known him for a long time when I was an undergrad. So he was like my dad. Yeah. Like in my college years. So he like took me under his wing and gave me like the guidance that I needed. Yeah. And so like my final thesis show, I was very proud of all the work that I did. And because I'm petty, I I put together like postcards of my show, which everyone does, and all the faculty had mailboxes. Yeah. So I sent them out, and I sent an invite to my former professor, and I was like, I'm just curious. To the opening. Yeah. And I remember walking down to the gallery to see, and he was there. And he was like looking around, and he was like a super kind of like pretentious guy. Like he was a name dropper. Like he was very intelligent, but like very brutal. Like he would rip you apart to shreds to your face. And he looked at me and he's like, "This is a really good show." Yeah. You know, and for me, that was like, I felt like I needed that
validation.
Yes. So
that's
sometimes.
You know why that's a good thing?
Yeah.
Because you know what happened to the last German who got rejected from art school?
Exactly. I've shown Hitler's art to my students. I have. When I taught modern art history, it came up somewhere in the textbook, like Hitler's art or whatever. Yeah. So I was like, ooh, I'm going to run an interesting experiment. So I just showed pictures of his work without any context. It was like the beginning of the lecture. Yeah. So I put a picture up on the board, and I was like, what do you guys think of this? Yeah. And then they were like, well, they kind of like looked at it for a long time, and they're like, well, it's okay. Yeah. And I was like, the artist is Adolf Hitler.
He's screaming as a ghost. Right?
Yeah, basically. And yes, so I told them the whole story. And they're like, wait, you didn't mean to tell me that World War II got started because he got rejected from art school. And I'm like, yeah, that is pretty much a big part of what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people are surprised to learn that, he was a disgruntled artist. He did a lot of traditional style, like
that was
architecture.
the reason why he started it.
Exactly,
Because the whole board was like Jewish.
Well, I don't know about
the
that.
artboard,
Maybe it was. But he was just, like he was kicked out because he didn't quite have exactly the right skills when it came to like the perspective. His perspectives wasn't quite
they
right.
told him that he isn't capable of making of painting anything living. Everything he did was architecture. So
yes,
like,
everything's architecture,
you could
buildings.
you could make postcards in the street.
Yeah, like his art was
because
very,
he was butthurt, he was a street artist for
exactly. His art was very like kitschy. So.
And I was trying to write that into a bit, but I'm like, this is like a nerdy historical thing. I was like, it's so funny that part of his rules was like, I'm gonna destroy gays, and then he ends up killing himself because like getting butthurt over being rejected from art school is the gayest thing ever.
Yeah, I know.
But no, I watched this. It was my favorite documentary because, my family grew up with that. It was my favorite documentary. It's called Hitler and the Nazi Papers on Netflix. It's like really disturbing. Like there's talking about like the leader of the SS. Do you know what the difference with SS and regular Nazis was?
Not exactly.
So like SS is like what would I guess you would compare it to like Proud Boys today.
Yeah.
Where they're not violent, they don't kill, they just kind of cause. Well, they are violent, but they don't kill. So
I was like, I thought the Proud Boys were violent.
so like SS was like, our job is to put up posters and beat people up. That's it. They were only allowed to carry a baton, and so like when there were like these bougie French artists, like beret and fucking striped shirt and smoking a cigarette with it, when they're like these really pretentious art players, they would just go there and beat the shit out of everyone. And the leader of the SS was an obese gay dude who had a crush on Hitler. So he looked exactly like him.
Yeah.
And what happened is, like, in the middle of the documentary, they talk about they're just like, we made a new rule that we don't like gays anymore, and he like instructed him to kill himself. It's dark as fuck.
Did the documentary at all talk about degenerate art?
No, what's that?
Because that was a big part of Nazis too. Another thing that I taught my students through this class was again, because
that art that Ellen makes.
I know,
Ellen,
but again, because Hitler got rejected from art school, he did go on to hate like modern art at the time.
Yeah.
Anything that wasn't like to his liking, again, very traditional, rigid architectural type stuff. Anything that he deemed like, like abstract stuff. Like in the time, like like that war period, there was a lot of abstract expressionism, even like Picasso stuff. He just like hated all those things, and so
it sounds like me.
Yeah, the Nazis like literally stole and took and collected a lot of artwork from the time period that was emerging. Again, that was not traditional. Considered traditional at the time, and they put it in what was called a degenerate art show. Like the Nazis literally were the ones that were like, this abstract art stuff is just wrong, like it shouldn't be done and everything. So they just
I don't mean it sounds
things.
like me, the Nazi part. I mean like like I had an experience where, I went with the blind friend that I had. This is why we had a falling out. We had a horrendous trip in Amsterdam. Yeah. But long story short, when we went there, we're looking for all the touristy shit, and one of the biggest things was the not Edgar Allan Poe, fucking Van Gogh.
Yes.
It was the Van Gogh Museum.
Yeah.
And I didn't fucking realize that it was sold out 6 months ahead of time.
Yes, it's very popular.
And the funny thing is, like, you ever see Wayne's World 2?
No.
Okay, never mind. There's a joke in there where like he's chasing after his girlfriend, and it's got like a Naked Gun humor.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like they're like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna find her at the First Presbyterian Church." So he runs to this church, and he screams at the wrong wedding because it's the second Presbyterian church. Like it's like a little dad joke,
That's
And
Yeah.
so we went to go see the Van Gogh, and they're like, we don't have tickets, but you could go across the street to the Modern Art Museum. And I didn't know what modern art was. I could not stand it. It was awful. I could not.
That's the general reaction a lot of people have.
I mean, it was like a toilet tied to a broomstick, and it's called
Oh.
Men Are Trash, and it's worth $1 million.
Well, I was gonna say one of the most famous pieces of modern art is by Marcel Duchamp, and it's a urinal. And it's called Fountain. And once you learn a little bit about that piece, it can open the doors of possibilities to modern art. Modern art, you have to kind of like learn about it first to appreciate it before you get into it. A lot of people have that reaction, like what you said.
Yeah.
But once you learn the context behind it, then you know what I mean? It's kind of like wine. Like you kind of have to like try it a few times, and then you can kind of build up a palate for it and an appreciation for it. But it's not something that most people like right away.
I don't know.
Yeah. I used to talk about, like when I taught art history, I talked about a lot of the different movements and how they were tied to like a social, political thing at the time, and how it was revolutionary at the time.
Yeah. The way you're describing it reminds me of this band, Death Grips.
Yeah.
Because have you ever heard of Death Grips?
No.
Death Grips is really fucking cool. So the legend of it is this is from what I heard. They're very mysterious, but they have a huge cult following. And what it is like there's a guy who makes the beats, and it sounds very much like industrial Nine Inch Nails. But then there's a
like
black
those,
guy
yeah.
who freestyles over it. And it literally sounds like a crackhead screaming at you in Chicago. Like I've had I had a few times where I listened to it, and there's just like white people around me like, what the fuck is that?
So it's like music's version of modern art.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's a mix of things that seem like they wouldn't mesh.
Yeah, because you know how I describe Death Grips to people is the first time I heard it, I was like, this is so annoying that it's stupid. And it was like, this is so annoying. Why is it stuck in my head? And like by the fourth time I became addicted,
Yes.
That's the way you described it. It reminded me.
Modern art is exactly the same way. It might annoy people at first. They might detest it at first. It might be.
What about like Yoko Ono screaming?
Ooh, Yoko Ono is one of the most divisive artists. I mean, talk about the Beatles. I mean, she's a super, super famous performance artist. I personally didn't like her.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that like her art isn't worthy of inspection or anything like that.
See, that's why I think Yoko Ono would be the epitome of why people don't like modern art, only because like you think of something like I don't even like the Beatles. I really don't like them at all. But when I think of somebody like John Lennon, I think of somebody, okay, this guy picked up a guitar, he learned how to play guitar, he meshed his feelings to translate through these chords. And that is why he is talented, because he's expressing himself. Like that's the pyramid balance of good music.
Yes.
One of those bands, I guess you could say, actually it's funny, it is kind of Oasis, because their lyrics are they're purposely unbelievably vague so that it can relate to a lot of people. Because they're like, what the fuck
good.
is...
That's what good art should be. It shouldn't be like, if it's literally spelled out for you, there's nothing interesting there.
But what I'm saying is like, he spent all this like time to develop this skill to translate his thoughts clearly, and then here's this person who's just screaming. It took absolutely no skill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of unskilled art out there.
Like the whole fucking tape banana thing. Like, how would you?
Yes, so that's a whole other thing there. Sometimes art is done for shock value. Sometimes it's done as like a social experiment. Sometimes it's done because
money laundering.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes it's done because it's part of like that art world where it's like viewed as a investment vehicle
Exactly.
for wealth, and so they're
Yeah.
like poking fun at it.
It's like an NFT.
Yes, yeah.
Did you ever see that? They had a Netflix documentary on that.
The NFTs or
About money
the banana?
laundering through art.
I didn't see the documentary about it, but there's a really, really good book that I highly recommend, especially if you're interested in economics. It's called The Stuffed Shark.
Yeah.
Like I actually recommended it to a friend of mine, and he quoted it to me like all the time.
Yeah.
After I read about it, so it talks about modern art and economics and like the kind of bastardized relationship between the two.
Yeah.
So definitely read that book. It
Yeah.
can explain it. It's a way, way, way deeper topic than we can cover in this this podcast, but they do a really good job of explaining a lot of the complicated history between those two things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was like I watched this documentary on Netflix. It was like about how like I don't remember exactly how it works, but there would be, for example, it'd be like say you're an artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
There would be like this large group of really yuppie 1%er fucks.
Yeah.
Like picture like the circle around Versace, right?
Yeah, I know.
And they'd be like, somehow you're related to them. You're a cousin or a friend of a cousin, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, hey, do you want to be rich? They're like, yeah, sure. So they go, okay, well, since taxes are different for art, you're going to paint whatever.
Yes.
We don't even fucking care if it's good,
Right.
but we're going to make Lauren Schmidt big and up the price, the stock of your art.
Exactly.
And that way we can like, okay, my money suddenly is worth a shit ton of,
Yeah.
for something that
Yeah.
got famous for no reason
Exactly.
other than for laundering.
Exactly. Yeah. A lot of the stuff, unfortunately, is like speculation of the commodity market. Like
Yeah.
one day it could be this thing, one thing it could be that. It's all BS.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a big fan of art in the commodity market at all, really.
Yeah.
I hate that. That's the part I hate about art. It's like, really, dude? Like you should just buy art because you appreciate it, you like the artist. Don't buy it because you think it's some sort of portfolio thing,
I do like the traditional shit, like the Vatican ceiling.
Oh,
crap.
really? So it's funny because I've been to the Vatican. I sound so spoiled when I say it's like I've been to the Vatican, but
Yeah.
I felt like when I was walking through there, I was like, oh my god, one more of these. Like I felt like I saw so many that I got like overstimulated with all those Renaissance masterpiece classics. It's like, oh my god, how many more?
Well, you know what I like about that era of art is like, I don't specifically like the Vatican shit, but I do like the darker stuff that they didn't put in the Vatican.
Oh, I love.
So it'd be
the
like
darker the art, the better for me. Yeah.
I mean, like it would be like that Renaissance style, but it would be like this is Dante's Inferno or something.
So who your favorite artist would be, which is one of my favorite artists, by the way, who lived in the same town I live in now, and his studio is a museum, is Ivan Albright.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Ivan Albright?
No.
Have you ever been to the Art Institute?
I don't think so.
So he's a famous American artist, and his paintings are Renaissance level mastery, but like, so do you remember the books Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
Yeah.
Think of it as if like those two things like blended together.
Yeah.
His skill was absolutely impeccable. He spent on average about 10 years on each painting. The amount of detail was like awe-inspiring, but the subject matter was grotesque.
Yeah.
A lot of it was like bulbous, kind of pussy body ugliness and blood and knives and like it's so like just like macabre, but also stunningly detailed. He used brushes that were like the thinness of like two hairs to paint like lace that was like the size of a dot. And he would spend like a year painting the lace, like a lace doily, for example, on like this chair.
Yeah.
He would spend a year like painting the doily, like
Yeah.
hanging off the corner. And a lot of the subjects, he would use like young models, like maybe women in their 20s, and paint them from life. But then when he actually painted them, he painted them as if they were like elderly,
Yeah.
like in their late 80s, and like their veins are popping out, and they
Yeah.
got like I said, like, you
Maybe
know,
it's 'cause it
huge
took that
bulby
long.
things. Exactly. Yeah, I know. It took a long time. But definitely one of my favorite paintings ever. He's most famous for the painting of the picture of Dorian Gray.
Yeah.
They were both featured in the movie. There was a movie from the 40s. Like, there's a couple different movies. So the one from the 40s, his
Yeah.
paintings are in that, and those paintings are in the Art Institute. So they're like, I want to say they're probably like 6 or 7 feet tall, kind of narrow
Yeah.
rectangle paintings of the Dorian Gray guy. And then the other famous painting, which is my favorite one, is the door. So it's just like a painting of a door, and then there's this like creepy, like aged hand kind of like peeking out from it. So they're these paintings that are very gothic and macabre, but just like the amount of detail in them
Yeah.
is impeccable. So you would probably really like those.
Yeah.
And his father and his brother were famous painters too. If you go to the museum by my house, they actually have like a lecture that they do once a year about the father and Ivan and his brother. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I remember I worked with a guy who was into like modern art, and this is the stuff that like annoyed me was like, so I feel like every metalhead or punk, they get into the whole Rat Fink shit, you know?
Yeah, it's a big part of like Red Hot, whatever. Like 50s muscle cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah, I see those a lot at the flea markets around. Yeah,
and it's like that's
pretty
fun. But it's so surface level. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. It's just fun.
It's lowbrow art. It's like that that like pinup kind of culture.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Betty Boop, not Betty Boop. I'm blanking on the word right now. Rockabilly. It's it's rockabilly
it
culture.
It is rockabilly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every fucking rockabilly band has those on their cover. So.
Yep. Yeah.
But it's funny to me because once they realize that that's the level that they can get to, they're like, oh, maybe I should do modern art, and that's what my friend did. I'm not going to mention it, but and he was telling me, he's like, what do you think of this? And I'm like, what is this? And you know what he did? He fucking bought. You know those things that in the old days would add air to a fire? Those like accordion pumpers?
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I just fucking threw some oils and splattered, and then I just like pushed air on this thing. I'm like, dude, this looks like every diarrhea wall in a gas station on the south side. You know?
See, I think it's kind of interesting because I never would have thought of that, like to use that as like a method.
Yeah.
That's like experimental. I think that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Actually.
I mean, it reminds me of you seeing like how Jim Carrey is now, right?
Oh yeah.
He's like hanging from a fucking like string from his ceiling and then like splattering stuff, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, good for him. Like he retired, it sounds like, from acting, and now he's really into painting. I mean, some people kind of love his art, some people hate it, and they think it's like crappy or whatever. But again, it's like it's not really up to me to decide that. Some people are also kind of angry, and they're like, well, he's only a successful artist because it's Jim Carrey, you know. So some people like it, some people don't.
Yeah,
they're entitled to their opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of like when artists cross pollinate worlds, actor to painter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's so many like actor / model / comedian / painter / musician.
I'm that
actor.
I'm that hypocrite because I went from music to comedy. But you know, I didn't quit music. I just kind of felt like I've taken it as far as I could, and it's not what I expected it to be. I don't know.
No, that's fine.
I got to the point where I write it for myself, and it's just like a diary entry, you know?
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I don't know what else. What else there is that's wild that's happened, you know? I mean, fuck, have you been hitting up the mics lately?
Um, not as much as I would have liked to recently. I feel like there's been like a lot going on. Like I started a new career 8 weeks ago, which is good. And then, I don't know. I just feel like there's different things. Like for example, I missed the vault on Monday because of the full moon jam. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like last night was my mom's birthday, so I couldn't go to that. And then tomorrow night it's my parents' 55th anniversary, so I can't.
55th?
55th, yeah. So.
How old are they?
Kinda, my mom just turned 76, and my dad
Holy
77.
shit.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God, that's
I know.
crazy.
I know. My parents met when they were like 15.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is your dad Elvis?
No. But actually, I do have a funny story. I do have a funny story about who my dad could have been.
Yeah.
So, before my mom met my dad, obviously, when she was a teen, she was a big groupie of the band The Byrds. Do you know The Byrds? Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. So she and her best friend, the one I was talking about, who I went to this Don McLean concert in Arizona with, when they were both like 15 or 16, they went to a Byrds concert because they were groupies, and they were invited on stage to like dance because that's like what they did back then.
Yeah.
So my mom met the drummer, Michael Clark. And I guess my mom and Michael Clark hit it off. And my mom and Michael Clark were like an item. She's never really told me like for how long necessarily, but like she was basically saying that they were like together.
Hey, Mr.
They were together. Yeah. They talk. Yeah, they talk about that song.
When are you gonna finish?
Is that all this stuff? But so she's never told me like all the details, but I was looking through like our family photos in the basement, and I found a black and white photo of Michael Clark, like his headshot, and on the back of it was a handwritten note to my mom. Yeah. It was like, to Linda, love Michael, and everything. But my mom broke up with him and my dad, and then the rest is history.
Yeah.
So had she stayed with Michael Clark, like he might have been my dad, but that's fine.
Yeah,
I mean, he died in like the 90s of like a drug overdose or something anyway. Yeah. So
when I was in my psychedelic band, I was more into the neo psychedelic, like the bands coming out now in the 90s and shit, but I had a bassist who was obsessed with all that. Like, do you know what the Nuggets are?
No, but that's a hilarious band name.
No. Nuggets was a compilation of all the best psychedelic from the 60s.
Oh, so no, I clearly didn't know what that was.
I mean, it was like Birds. I think there was not the Kinks, but like Rocky 13th Floor Elevators. I don't know if you ever heard that.
Maybe.
Trying to think of what else. I think Donovan was on there.
Donovan.
You know, but yeah, I couldn't. All that shit. I don't know if it was because of Austin Powers, but it seemed so passive aggressive, rapey to me. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, because it was just like, I remember when they came out with that Woodstock '99 documentary, and they're like, you won't believe how much assault happened here, because it was reported.
I do believe it, actually. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I do believe it, but I'm saying like, imagine how much didn't go reported in the '60s. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's what's wild to me is like it was. I blame it on Dave Matthews. It was those fans, man.
Dropping all that poo off the bridge, you know.
Well, no, I mean, I think of like the Dave Matthews typical rapey fan. He's got the gelled hair, the coral necklace, bleached tips, you know?
Yeah.
That's who I picture as like the Woodstock culprits, you know?
Yeah, that tracks.
Maybe the Kid Rock fans.
Oh, definitely them. Definitely, if you're a Kid Rock fan, it's like
I honestly don't mind Kid Rock. Like that's just me. I know people are like, oh, I'm not surprised by that, but he's just fun. Like to me, he's as
very
stupid.
Campy, yeah.
He's as stupid, but as fun as like ICP. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Because some people take it like, this is what I work out to. I'm like, this is what I fucking...
Yeah, stop. Yeah. Don't take it too seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, his like offstage persona is fucking really dumb.
Yeah.
That he got involved in politics and all that, but it's whatever, you know. There was a band called, I don't know if you ever heard of the Woggles.
I've heard of the Wiggles.
No, not the Wiggles.
I was like, isn't that like a kid band?
No, they were like this '60s band, and luckily my band got to open for them at Reggie's.
Nice.
But it reminds me back to where I was gonna put a pin in it, where you were talking about what were you saying? You were like at that moon thing.
Yes,
and there's like really corporate people. Right?
Not corporate people. Just one of the fire dancers was dressed corporate.
Yeah.
But but again, it's like a white leather suit corporate. I just found it like a very odd fashion choice.
Yeah.
They made.
Yeah. So I used to go to, when I was in my band, I was friends with. There's a band called Black Angels. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
No.
But they, I'm trying to think. I think they have a song that's on Sons of Anarchy or Sopranos or something. But they never got big because they were in this neo-psychedelic niche, right?
Yeah.
And the singer ran Austin Psych Fest. Now it's called Levitation because I'm pretty sure, what was that other, not Katrina, Hurricane, what was the big Texas one? Irene, or was it? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
Fucking know.
I know they give them all these like silly names. All the time.
Fucking Hurricane Snoop
like Bertha
Dogg.
or something.
Yeah.
Betty.
Yeah. I don't know. But whatever that one was, it made Austin Psych Fest go bankrupt. And so it's the still same owners, and they had to file bankruptcy, get their money, and do Levitation. So it's the same thing. But I remember being in Austin Psych Fest, I think it was 2012, and there were all these niche neo-psychedelic. I don't even know if you heard of any of them. I mean, there was
probably
just
not.
I think Black Keys used to be on there.
Oh, they're very big now.
Yeah, now
I know Black Keys. But
let me see. You know the OCs. King Gizzard was on there all the time. I don't know if you ever heard of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
I have.
Yeah.
Maybe you mentioned it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a band you might have mentioned before.
They're a little wild to get into because they've written, I think, like 32 albums
you know what? I
in a year.
think Kyle told me about them.
Okay.
I think they're one of Kyle's favorite bands.
Yeah. So point is, I was at this show, and it was a really cool psychedelic setting because I was there to see this band I was obsessed with. They were my inspiration to play psych music. They're called Brian Jonestown Massacre. And it was a play on Brian Jones from Rolling Stones and the Jonestown Massacre. Dumb pun.
Yeah.
But it was really cool because they try to make it really Woodstock 60s where it was in the middle of this fucking desert, and there's like these little tents. Like, here's the merch tent.
Like Burning Man?
A little bit like that. And then, like, here's this tent where everybody's doing acid, so don't scare them away. And then, like, all the bands are chilling here, so you could smoke with them and hang out with them.
Oh, wow.
And then they actually, and it was really cool because it was like, there was like one professional stage where it was actually set up like a real venue and all that shit. Then there's like just one desert stage. Then they had a stage on water. So in order to be in the crowd, you're like in the water because it was in this like oasis runoff of the ocean.
Wouldn't that be ironic if Oasis played that?
Right? Yeah. But it was really good. So the thing that made me laugh my ass off is like I took an edible. I'm in this fucking desert. There's like these little, mini tornadoes in the sand, right? And then I see this bitch with a Bank of America booth in a complete suit trying to open accounts.
Oh my God.
And I was like, am I hallucinating this? Because I'm around all these stupid, smelly white people with dreads, firewalkers.
Right, like who's going to have a Bank of America?
There's motherfuckers with their pupils pinned tight, tripping acid in a tent. And then there's just a person, hey, would you like to learn about our APR percentage this month?
Oh, my God.
So,
I mean, you got to do what you got to do to drum up business,
Yeah.
Like, if you know that there's going to be a popular event, you got to recruit.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe
see
she
that.
worked at Bank of America and was like, I want to fucking drop acid, so I'll just like promote at this event that I want to go to, you know.
Maybe.
But yeah. So I'm guessing you want to get close to wrapping up, right?
What time is it?
It's 10. It's 11.
Oh, yeah,
11:09.
probably.
I was
Yeah.
gonna get to like, so what? Lauren Schmidt.
Yes.
What is your origin? Did you grow up in Wheaton?
I grew up in the town next to it. I grew up in Glen Ellen.
You grew up in Glen Ellen.
Yeah,
Okay.
right next to Wheaton. Yep.
And what? How was your upbringing? Did you have a weird upbringing?
I wouldn't say weird, but I was weird. I
You were
like
weird?
yeah, I was the weird kid that enjoyed being by myself. I did not like other kids. I
Yeah.
was born
Did you ever
a
bite
grandpa.
anybody?
I didn't bite anybody, but I distinctly remember
Because my kid doesn't like people, and he's got a history of biting.
I know. No, I don't think I ever bit anybody, but I remember coming home, looking through the window, and I had like the soul of an old man in my head because I would see kids crossing the front lawn. And I would get really mad, and I would be like, "Get off my lawn!" Like I just hated kids. I guess like when I was a kid, and I was annoyed by other kids. So I just enjoyed being by myself, like working on art projects or like drawing or writing or whatever.
I'm gonna
and,
walk
like,
on
all
your
that
lawn
stuff.
tomorrow.
Oh yeah, better watch out.
See if that went into your adulthood.
I know, right? But I just remember that as a kid. I was like, oh my god, these annoying kids, they just suck so bad. I hated them.
Yeah.
So I was very odd.
Was it
myself.
odd enough to where like your parents made you have therapy?
No, they just like knew that I definitely went by my own drum.
She's a lesbian.
No, I have always just gone by my own drum. Really,
Yeah.
I've always just been kind of in my own little world, I guess, and like done my own thing, and like didn't care what anybody like thought of me. I just like didn't give a shit, and like that's how I started doing comedy because I think I was in second grade. Yeah, I was in second grade, and like when they're like, well, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah.
And I said I wanted to be a comedian and a cartoonist.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, basically that came true,
Yeah.
like 30 years later, doing those things. And so like I did.
Did you ever want to get into being a cartoonist still?
I did for a long time, yeah. When I was a kid, yeah, I wanted to be a cartoonist. I wanted to be an animator. I was one of those people, like every other kid, where I wanted to work for Disney. But then, like, Disney sold out in the 90s, and that dream died out. I was like,
I don't even want to be that boomer, but, like, once it went 3D.
Yeah, it ruined
shit.
it. It ruined it. Yeah, exactly.
Like what? Like, maybe.
The last good Disney animated film was, like, Mulan.
Yeah. Is that after Pocahontas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. But I liked like cartoons as well, like comics panels. Not like comic books, but I liked like the kind of comic panel strips you would see in the newspaper.
Yeah, I was about to mention like Dilbert.
I drew books upon books upon
Garfield.
books I love Garfield was like my
Calvin and Hobbes.
Calvin and Hobbes,
That was
yeah.
my thing.
I have every Calvin Hobbes book, every Garfield book, and so I created like my own like version of that. So I have sketchbooks like filled with just like little comic strip panels.
Yeah.
I just like came home and just like drew that for like hours by myself. Basically,
I was looking. I think I still have all my Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh yeah,
As a
I
kid.
certainly do too. Yeah, I will keep those forever. Those are very special. So
Those what you know what
Those are the
those
ones.
might be cool to make for like Instagram. Just like a animated like have AI fucking animate it for you and just write out.
or you could just animate it yourself.
Yeah, but I mean like if you you just draw out like the main idea or whatever. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
how hard it is to animate. So
It's very hard.
yeah,
It's very hard. Well, not hard. It's just very
tedious.
long and tedious. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now that I'm an adult, like with adult responsibilities, I feel like I don't have like the time or the energy to do that kind of stuff anymore. But I would love to get back into it.
Yeah. You know
yeah.
what's wild? Have you ever? So I kind of go down the rabbit hole of like, have you ever heard of like the origins of like really evil Disney movies?
Yes.
Like Brothers Grimm shit.
Well, that too, but not only that, but they have some really dark shit about even like pseudo. They were educational, but they have films about like Nazi propaganda. They have films that
I
have
never
like
heard about that.
oh yeah, they're Donald Duck. I forgot the title of it, but there's like a Donald Duck Nazi film.
Okay.
There's a couple Disney films that are banned. You can still find them though if you look for them, and they have like what would be considered like very racist like
I have to check 'em
imagery
out.
in them and stuff. No, it's true. It's true. It's not like a secret.
Yeah. No, I know
it's-
what you mean,
it's
like
pretty
the
well known.
blackface shit.
Yes,
Like
like
those
that.
crows that,
Yeah,
sing
yeah,
the
yes,
saxophone.
that too. But there were some that were more like explicit, even than the
Yeah.
crows and stuff.
Well, no, I'm
There's
saying
all kinds of crazy stuff that they did.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm saying I watched a video where it's even darker than that. Darker than racism.
Oh yeah, I believe
Like they were
that.
talking about like have you ever heard like the true story of Cinderella?
You mean like the Brothers Grimm version?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, like how they actually like cut her toes off.
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
would fit in there. Yeah, yeah. Like the actual fairy tales, they definitely, made them a little bit more family friendly
Yeah.
for the Disney version than the actual ones.
Or even like you heard about like how Pinocchio is like about sex trafficking.
I didn't know that, but
Yeah.
actually,
where he's like, I want you to be a real
a real
boy.
boy.
And then like these foxes, they sort of lead him off to this sort of Epstein Island where like, oh, you could play billiards, you could smoke
yeah,
cigars.
That's true, actually. Now that I think about it,
And then the
believe
point
that.
is,
I believe that. Yeah.
the point is like the reason why why do they turn into donkeys? Because you look like an ass. Because you wanted to have all this fun, and so we're gonna turn you into this man, like this boy whore, so that because you're allowed to have all this fun. That's
Talk
kind of
about childhood trauma.
Yeah. But you know what was
That's messed up.
You know what was the most messed up that kind of like fucked it up for me that because like my favorite, I mean every fucking like acid dropping hemp hoodie guy, they love Alice in Wonderland. I love that one.
Yes, yeah.
But you know what I love about those old ones is I love the music too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the best.
Oh yeah, like that weird pink elephant sequence with the song in it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
where it's just like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like big band,
Yeah.
1930s,
Yes.
but it's like trippy,
Yes, yeah.
But my favorite used to be Peter Pan, and then I went down the rabbit hole of like, did you ever hear the real story of Peter Pan? Where they were they were
No.
talking about how like Peter Pan, there's the scene where like all they're like Wendy's singing to the pirates about what it's like to have a mother. And all the pirates are kind of like sad because they don't have a mother because they're the bad guys, right? Well, what they kind of reveal is Peter Pan is kind of a pedophile and he's luring all these lost boys. And what happens is he's like, stay young. And then when they don't become young, he excludes them. So they become pirates. And so that's why they're fighting Peter Pan, because he like abused them. And so like, isn't that fucking wild? Like how that works?
I mean, it's definitely true that a lot of like those older Disney films. Yeah, you're right. Like if you think about it in a certain way, a lot of the stories are really screwed up, and like probably wouldn't even be made today because they have so much like adult content.
But I do like
and,
those
warped
old
content in them. They're great. Yeah, the older films are great.
Well, no, I'm saying I even like the evil, dark stuff.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
that dark.
Exactly, because it's kind of like, well, kids, get used to it. You're going to learn about it eventually.
I mean, it's basically like
yeah.
scary stories.
Yes, I
except
love a
for,
good scary story, a good ghost story.
pilgrims.
Yeah. I love a good scary story. I love like old ghost stories, old folklore, all that stuff.
Like I love that whole. Have you ever heard of that whole the cat and mouse in unison or in relationship? Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's like the story of like there's like a cat that lurks around this church for food, and then they finally slam the door on the kitchen for the cat not to come in. So this mouse goes in there and he's like constantly stealing grease because they save the grease for other foods. So he keeps stealing grease, and the cat is like, listen, if you bring me some grease, There'll be enough for the both of us, and I won't attack you, I promise. And he's like, why would I trust you? You're a fucking cat.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, because there's going to be food for the both of us. I'm not even going to have room to eat you.
Yeah.
And so he keeps stealing grease. And then he doesn't realize, like, they only use the grease for, like, the winter because it's cold to heat it up faster.
Yeah.
So in the end, the mouse comes out with the grease, and it's the last batch, and the cat just guts his stomach open with his intestines split. He's like, why would you do this to me? He's like, why would you trust me? I'm a fucking cat. He's like,
Right.
This is my nature, you know? I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool.
A lot of those stories were written as cautionary tales.
To use in real life. That's
Yeah.
why, like, I mean, not to get in. We promised we wouldn't get into political shit. I don't think this is.
No.
I don't think this is political. It's just like, I've grown to an age where so much. I think it's not even. It isn't political. I just feel like there's a lot of 30, 40-year-olds who. They're living like this rebellious phase that I lived through in fucking 8th grade, you know? It's like, fuck the Bible. It's like, you don't realize, like, the Bible isn't, I don't know if it's meant to be taken word for word, but it's sort of just like this little guide for morals. That's really all it is.
Yeah.
Like, you can't hate... It's sort of like the intention is like, okay, we need some fucking rules. We need some things to make us get along with each other. Here's like these stories, fictitious or not, that kind of might make you a better person.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, obviously, like, Christians ruined it because of their actions, but it's just like,
I know.
You know,
they did.
You know, it's just
people ruin everything. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you start off in Wheaton and
Glen
Ellen.
Yes.
And you were the weirdo kid.
Yeah.
Do you remember any like weird shit or funny shit that you did that like just creeped your parents out?
It didn't like creep my parents out, but my friends and I we were odd. Let's just put it that way. And I'm still friends with them.
You
to this
sacrificed
day.
one of your friends and buried them in the woods.
I did not know. But I knew an acquaintance of mine actually that like sacrificed her dog.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was like, she was like a mild acquaintance of mine. Like, I'm just putting it out there. Like, and I did not know she did that. Until like afterwards, I was like, "Oh, really?"
Well, she was just into like paganism or something.
She was, from what I understand, she was like a devil worshiper.
Yeah.
But then after she sacrificed her dog, she became like a quote unquote self-promotes like Jesus freak. Like she told everyone, she's like, "I'm a Jesus freak. I'm a Jesus freak."
It took a dog death to become Jesus.
No, she sacrificed her dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she killed, and I guess. Maybe she was like, "Oh my God, like, what did I do?"
Dog?
Yeah. And then she became a Jesus freak.
Yeah.
And that's that. So
yeah.
I don't know, but no, my friends and I we were very.
What kind of odd shit did Lauren?
We did stupid stuff.
Spill the beans.
We just
Let's
did
hear the
stupid
dirt.
things. We did stupid things like we would have a sleepover, like at one of our houses or whatever,
and you made out.
No, weirder than that. There was like a, you know, like how your basement has like that like side room thing, over there. We would play this game where we would ride like piggyback on somebody else's back, and then we would go off in the basement and like to that side room, and then we would turn off all the lights and close the door, so it was like absolutely pitch black, and then the person, whoever was like the horse, so to speak, that you would ride horseback on, would like spin around in circles. And then we would see how long it took to get out. Like to find the door and escape. And I remember one time, like I was I was the one that like was riding on my friend's back. I don't remember who it was or whatever.
Yeah.
But we spun around in circles so many times that my friend either like lost her footing or got sick or something, and like she fell back, and I fell back, and I fell like into I like fell into my, like, I had this like little puppet like stage theater thing, and I fell like backwards like into it, like
Yeah.
in the thankfully it was like in the middle of it, so
Yeah.
my back didn't hit the like the side of it, and I didn't get like paralyzed or anything. I just
Yeah.
like fell in the stage part of it, so I didn't get hurt that bad.
Yeah.
Like just dumb.
I have a pretty
Just dumb.
I have a pretty
we just
bad
did dumb things.
I have a pretty bad almost canceling story that I have similar to
No.
that. I don't care if I. So there's a home video of mine where like I remember when I was living in Chicago, we had a little area probably the size of this room that was just designated for a garden. And they were getting ready. They were like getting it ready, like where like the whole yard is grass and playground or sandbox, whatever. But then like this one area, we're gonna put like good soil there for a garden. And we were doing it because my grandma was supposed to come from Poland to watch over us, but it was gonna be like a year. So there's this whole summer of this garden, and I was like, I want to have a fucking pool. I want to have a pool. And, like 90s immigrant parents were like, go to your neighbors. They got a pool.
Right.
And I was like, no, I want to have my own fucking pool. And he's like, well, make one. So I started digging like a 10-foot square hole, like a grave, to try and have a mud pool. And I remember I like rolled around in it and shit. And there's just a home video of like my dad looking out the window like to my mom like, hey, Urs, your son turned into a black kid. Like it was so cringe.
God.
It was so cringe.
Oh my god.
But I guess that's kind of weird. And then I was just kind of like Sid from Toy Story, where
oh yeah,
I just had like these GI Joes that I'd tie fireworks to.
I used to do stuff like that too.
Yeah,
like old toys you were done with, you just like chop them up or whatever.
Yeah,
like we did that too.
The wildest shit. I don't even know if it's. Are you gonna finish this? You're not.
No, go ahead.
I'll finish it. Yeah. So I told this to my brother, and he like almost threw up laughing because he's like, "There's no fucking way that's real." So my mom had like a bunch of fucking boyfriends. My mom was a mess. She was just like, but she had this one boyfriend that I looked up to. He was just like the Marlboro man. He fucking smoked Marlboros. He liked camping. He had a red pickup.
Nice.
He taught me how to work on cars. I mean, it was like home improvement,
Oh yeah.
And one time he became like, to earn extra brownie points for, I don't know, a hand job or something. He became my Cub Scout leader. And Cub Scout, how it works where you get a patch for each thing you accomplish?
Yeah.
It's like really goofy. Like today you tied a slip knot and you get the rope tying patch,
you helped walk an elderly lady across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they used to have what's called Pinewood Derby, which to me was lame as fuck. You know what that is?
Like derby cars, like a little toy car thing.
Yeah. You'd carve a car out of like wood.
Yeah.
And then like race them, whatever.
Balsa wood or whatever.
Yeah. And then we did model rockets, and model rockets were actually really fucking cool.
I was in a model rocket club in school, and it was awesome. I loved Rocket Club.
Yeah, they sell them all at like Hobby Lobby and shit, right?
They're great.
So my mom's boyfriend, he bought me this rocket, and he bought me like a small one, like the size of this cup first, because he's like, oh, we just got to get him whatever, because they can be expensive. And he was like, oh, we just need whatever the fuck to earn his Cub Scout patch, And he's like, if you like it, maybe for your birthday, we'll pick one out that you like.
Nice.
So the next time I picked out, there was one that was like as thick as a Red Bull can. And the cool thing is, do you remember how they worked? Like they had that
little like
that cartridge,
like flint kind of thing almost.
Yeah. Where all the fucking fire, the thruster, right?
Yeah.
And then it just had the nose, and out of the nose pops out the parachute.
Yes.
And then it falls out, right?
Yeah.
Well, this one, they had the bottom half, and then the entire torso was a clear cylinder.
Ooh.
So you could fucking like put shit in there. And I remember putting my hamster in there.
No.
And sending it 2,000 feet. My brother's like, there's no fucking way you did that. There's no way you did that. He's like, what did it die? I'm like, no, we like it landed. You
Wait,
know?
it lived?
Yeah, yeah.
For how much
It just
longer?
had like G-force, you know.
What?
I think it ran away, but
What?
But he
Your
said,
hamster lived after that?
yeah, yeah.
How is that even possible?
He was the fucking Apollo 13 of hamsters, you know, the Neil Armstrong of hamsters.
Oh my god!
But my brother
Could you
said,
imagine what was going on in his little
yeah,
brain?
yeah,
Oh my god! He's like, to him, going up, 100 feet in the air is like going into the outer atmosphere, like going to like the moon.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But my brother says that never happened, so I don't know. I remember that happening, but it's whatever.
Oh my god.
But that's it reminded me of like that's the kind of weird shit I would do.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned this on here before, but the weirdest shit that I ever did was like so like I think it's influenced how I dress now. Like when I realized I don't fit in, I was like, well, I guess I'm every bad guy in every movie. So I'm just going to dress like I'm a fucking Ninja Turtle villain.
Ninja Turtle villain.
Or, I'm
I can see like the
Mad Max.
Bebop influence a little bit. Yeah, yeah.
And so
just gotta get like an earring. And,
yeah.
You have the sunglasses. You always wear like those like visor sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
So like I remember one time, like because I went to a Catholic school, all these people were like saying, "This is so messed up, Lauren." I'm buzzed enough to share this information, but I going to Catholic school, I had all these like bullies, all these fucking Italian dorks.
Oh.
They're calling you a faggot, a homo, and they have a gold cross around their neck.
Exactly, yeah. Italian Catholics. That tracks.
It made me want to become a devil worshiper, you know?
Yeah, they don't realize how how shitty they're being.
So I started going to like these woods and shit and like listening to Slayer and stuff and
Slayer.
And I remember, here's what's really funny, like here's how a little kid's mind works is like, because I was around like video games and Super Nintendo and shit, I was like, okay, so the way I counted it in my mind, I was like, these stupid Italian kids, they're using the church like a video game.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, I'm going to do all these sins, but I want to get into heaven. So right before I die, I'll go to confession,
I know.
And just like hit the reset button, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I just got to do the worst fucking sins so that I don't join them in heaven,
Oh, that's like warped thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, how many points can I earn? And then I remember it was like right when I learned how to beat off.
Oh, God.
Like my priest was like, that's a sin because you're killing life, you're killing sperm.
That's what the priest said?
Yeah. We learned that like beating off is a sin because you're only meant to do that to make life. And the moment I fucking heard that shit,
no.
I went to the woods and I beat off on a fire. And as I'm doing it, I'm like, you know what? That kind of sounds like Slayer screaming, like just my jizz on fire.
Oh my God! Did it put the fire out?
It didn't, but it was just like it smelled like
fucking
hamburger fat.
Ew. God, TMI.
But this is like, this is like that's when you don't fit in. And that's I don't know. I think I took it to a new level of horseback riding in the dark. But anyways, so you grew up doing weird shit, and then like where'd you go to high school? Was it
Glenbard West? Yes. In fact, my 20th reunion is in like 2
Holy
weeks.
shit!
I know.
I think I worked across the street from Glenbard East. Is it like Maine and Roosevelt?
Glenbard East is?
Yeah.
It's off Roosevelt. I don't know the cross street.
Okay.
Yes, actually, you're right. It's technically Main Street, Lombard, and Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Like down a couple blocks.
I remember that because I worked at a Hood Jiffy Lube there, and my assistant manager.
Yeah.
He went to Glenbard East. He was that kid.
Oh no.
And have you ever heard that Chief Keef song? That's that shit I don't like.
No, but I know who Chief Keef is. I've heard of him.
There's an intro where this kid's like just ranting about how much he loves Chief Keef. He's like, Chief Keef ain't no hitter. Chief Keef ain't no that. Anybody gonna talk shit about Chief Keef? I'm gonna fucking beat their ass.
Yeah, a lot of my students really liked Chief Keef.
That guy was my assistant manager, and I was like, dude, I would have kept banging. I would have kept being a black disciple. Don't join Jiffy Lube, bro.
Right, yeah, and
Like,
nothing good come
I
from
mean,
it.
the health insurance maybe is better, but be a gangbanger, man.
Oh my god, yeah,
But
crazy.
so you went to Glenbard
Yeah,
West,
West, yeah, yeah.
and
Castle on the Hill.
I wonder, was like Glenbard East considered like the shittier school?
Yeah, it's nothing special.
Okay.
Glenbard West, everyone was jealous of us because we had the beautiful campus, like the castle, the brick castle on top of the hill on the lake.
Where did you go to college?
I went to a couple places. 2 weeks after I graduated high school, I went to COD. So I graduated after 2 years. I got my my associates.
Yeah.
And my plan originally actually was to go to fashion school. I wanted to be a fashion designer.
Yeah.
And I wanted to own a boutique in Oak Park. Like
Yeah.
that was like specifically
Your goal.
when I was like
Yeah.
16, 17, that's like what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I went to fashion school in River Forest. I went to Dominican University,
Yeah.
which was like a all women's Catholic school, but went co-ed. You don't like have to be Catholic to go there, but that school is creepy, like really.
Is that
creepy
by
stuff.
Babs?
It's not that far. It's like
I think I passed it on the way
you
there.
might, yeah. Like if you drive. It's on Thatcher and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a very
yeah,
wooded
yeah.
area where deer and stuff are
Yeah.
off North Avenue.
It looks like fucking Hogwarts.
And you know why? Is because the director of the first Harry Potter movie, Chris Columbus, is from that area. He's from
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, Chris Columbus is like a famous Chicago area director. He directed I think he directed like Home Alone or whatever.
No,
yeah,
that's John Hughes.
John Hughes. But he directed like some other well-known like Chicago movies.
Okay.
So anyway, because he grew up in that area, he actually modeled part of the design of Hogwarts after this university.
Cool.
Yeah, little known fact about it. Yeah. So it looks like a English tutor.
Did you have to wear like a
thing.
uniform and shit?
No, it was completely co-ed. I literally lived on a floor with like mixed co-ed.
Yeah.
Everybody. I wore whatever. I was in fashion school, really. So
Yeah.
a lot of like weird fashion stuff. You know what I mean? And like weird fashion people. And we made a lot of our clothes and all that kind of stuff. But I only attended there for a semester because I was like, I don't actually want to do this. And it was expensive. So I quit. And then I transferred to Northern Illinois January of 2008.
Yeah.
Changed majors completely halfway through my junior year. So I was like, I'm going to be an art teacher instead.
Yeah.
And NIU's art program is really renowned for that. It's like ranked second in the nation. So I was like, okay, cool. It's a good school for that. I wanted like the big college experience. So I went from like a little private school to a big state school. I wanted the opposite. And then like 30 days after moving on campus, we had the mass shooting that happened on Valentine's Day. So like everything was just discombobulated.
Yeah.
For a while, that was like a huge, big turning point in my life, like personally and stuff. I ended up joining a sorority, like inadvertently through that, like that experience. I met some people like tied to victims and stuff, and then they recruited me. So I joined a sorority.
Do they haze you when you're in a sorority? That whole paddle shit with the cloaks?
No. It was never violent or anything like that. They did stuff that, like, they never did anything like that to me, but I witnessed what I considered, like, if anything that's considered, like, treating what they call a pledge, like an incoming person, as, like, you have more privileges than them, like technically by the definition is hazing. Like if you isolate them in some way or say like you can't do this but I can do this, or like you can't sit there, I can sit here. You can't go to this thing but I can. Anything like that technically is considered hazing. And I like was witnessing stuff like that going on. So I actually kind of like got in a little trouble because I meddled and I was like telling people like, hey, that's hazing, and they got mad at me, and I was like, well, it's hazing.
Yeah.
You can't get our chapter shut down for what you're doing. So yeah. It's not like I witnessed anything though of what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
I didn't witness people like getting like physically hurt
Yeah.
or abused. It was more like mental stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, so how did you end up in comedy? I want to know, like,
Yeah.
before you started doing, did you have any 3 influences that you would like to mention?
3
Yeah.
influences? Okay.
Top 3, I don't know.
Well, I mean, going back to why I did comedy, kind of what I was mentioning earlier, I actually wanted to be a comedian forever. Like when I was a little kid, that's what I said.
Did you hear that?
That was my stomach.
Oh,
My
really?
stomach's kind of like yelling at me. I don't know why. But yeah, when I was a little kid, I wanted to do comedy. Like I told people.
Are you
like,
holding
what
in
are you
a
gonna
fart?
be? I don't think so. I don't know. My tummy is just coming at me. I don't know. He's mad at me for something. Anyway, so I said I wanted to be a comedian or a cartoonist or whatever when I grow up, and then we had like a what's it called? A talent show.
Yeah.
So this is like, have you seen my profile pic on Facebook and Instagram?
I don't remember it.
So if you look at it, that picture is me doing comedy when I was like, 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah.
At this talent show, and I'm wearing a 80s dinosaur costume, and I have a dinosaur puppet on my hand. So I was telling dinosaur jokes the whole time.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was it for me. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this one day. And then flash forward to about 8-ish years ago. It was 2017, summer of 2017. My sorority sister, who I was very close with, she was like, hey, there's this comedy club in Aurora. Like, you should, go do it. And that was the now infamous defunct Comedy Shrine. So she and I went there, and I performed at the open mic.
So that was your first
That was
mic.
my very, very first mic, was the Shrine.
Did you see anybody there that you, know now?
I don't remember, unfortunately. I met a lot of people there. That it was very packed. I remember that night there were a ton of people.
Yeah.
A ton of them, and unfortunately I don't remember. But I do remember meeting Tom Feline.
Yeah.
The guy who he does the teacher board teachers thing.
Yeah.
I remember he came up to me. He's like, dude, you were really good. You should do our dueling mics show on Thursday. And I was like, oh yeah, thanks. I never did though. Because now the club closed, everything that happened there. So I never got to do that, unfortunately.
You still talk to? Did you ever mention that to Tom Feline?
I don't think I ever mentioned it to him again. He's really busy.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of success.
He's popping.
Yeah. He organized this. It's called Board Teachers. It's a teachers
tour thing.
It's a tour thing, but Board Teachers is a very popular teacher podcast / website thing. So he's one of the leaders of that podcast. Yeah, and then they did that tour thing.
Yeah.
So
it's
he's
wild
really busy with that. Yeah.
I did when I do CrossFit or jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
They would ask me, "Do you know the angry gym teacher?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do."
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Because I've never, I your YouTube algorithm is whatever you watch. I'll watch music stuff, or I'll watch other podcasts that I listen to, and I guess somehow he was popping up on a lot of people's stuff, and he's getting huge. So
yeah, good for him.
Good
stuff. But yeah,
I always he's always nice to me. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so the Shrine, that was the first time I formally performed comedy.
Yeah.
So I performed there on and off for a couple years until COVID hit.
Yeah.
And then COVID, couldn't really do much. And then I want to say in 2022, I went to the Vault, and then the rest is history.
That's when you started going regularly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The Vault.
Yeah.
Do you ever hit up the city?
Sometimes, yeah. I've gone to the Lincoln Lodge a few times. I've done like Friday Power Hour. Have you ever done Power Hour?
I've had a bunch of people tell me to go,
Yeah,
but
I did
I
that.
kind of save weekends for like family shit, which is
Yeah,
lame. But I
I
mean,
know. No, I get it.
I had a seasoned
Yeah,
comedian tell me, is like, dude, just save weekends in general because that's when all the showcases are.
exactly.
So I
Yeah,
was like, eh.
yeah.
And also,
I
like,
went.
to me, Power Hour, like, I'm not shitting on it. I'm just saying, like, it kind of seems like a singles let's drink and hang out thing.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just like, I could do that somewhere else without the
Yeah,
stress
yeah.
of I have to do a set right now.
I know, I know. I just remember that they had like a snake in a box,
They
and
did.
yeah, they have a snake. Yeah, but like they like cover the top, and then Amber took me. So like Amber and I went together, and she
Yeah.
was like, "Let's go pet the snake," and then like the
That's a
owner
great
got really
idea.
mad.
That's a very it's a very Amber
I know,
idea.
I know. And then like we asked the bartender, and he's like, we were like, "Is it okay if we pet the snake?" He's like, "Yeah, go ahead." So she like opens the thing up to pet the snake, and then some other, I don't know if it was like the owner or whatever, some guy was like, "What are you doing?" Like, got really mad that
Yeah.
we were trying to pet the snake, and we were like, "Well, the bartender said it was okay. I don't know." So
Yeah.
we were just like, "I didn't do anything."
Where it'll get like lost or some shit.
I was like, it's a giant. It was one of those like boa type
Yeah.
snakes. I was like, what do you think, it's gonna just like fly across the room? Like, it moves super slow.
No, they can move fast, honestly, though.
Oh,
They
okay.
really can.
Oh,
Like, I
alright.
just, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
they're the bar that has a snake in there. Like, I mean, that's
Yeah.
what did they think was gonna happen?
Sometimes I mean, I don't know if this coincides with this, but like when I was in Amsterdam, what's really kind of cute and funny is like, when any touristy towns, they have like an area where it says their entire city name in like big letters that you
I
can.
mean, I've never been to Amsterdam, but
Well, no, I mean like anywhere. Like you go to Chicago,
oh yeah,
or like I've been to Texarkana, and
Yeah.
it'll say Texarkana in letter, and like the T is like the size of me,
yes,
and there's like these huge letters, right?
yes, yeah,
So in Amsterdam, they have Amsterdam, and there's so many stray cats that
yeah.
they
There's a
people
lot.
crochet around all the letters.
Oh,
And so all the cats at night, they just like chill on the letters.
oh, that
It's
is
really cute.
cute.
Because there's so many bars in
Yeah.
Amsterdam that they
Yes.
kill all the mice. That's how they live.
Makes
because
sense.
because like
Yeah.
here's another like kind of goofy fact is like what's funny is like the idea of a bar, like to hear a bar is like let's get drunk, right?
Yeah.
Bar in like Amsterdam is just like a place where you can do anything to chill.
Third place.
You can get a fucking
Yeah.
hooker. You can
Yeah.
smoke weed.
Yeah.
You can get coffee. You can get drinks.
Yeah.
Like all the fucking vices that are sinful, right? And so what's funny about that is that there was only like one Starbucks in the whole town
Good.
because because they're like what's considered a coffee bar
Right.
there
Why would
is
you-
hookers, drugs, and rock and
why
roll.
would you drink that Starbucks when you got like amazing like little cafes that make like their
Honestly,
own?
I like Starbucks better than Amsterdam
Really?
coffee. I do, yeah.
It's so American.
But it was funny that 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 Starbucks was not doing well there because people are
Yeah.
going to a bar for weed and hookers,
Yeah.
and you can't have weed and hookers at a Starbucks.
Are you
So,
sure?
Yeah. I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe the baristas are
Right.
not getting paid enough.
Yeah, probably not.
But yeah, no, dude, I hate to admit, I had when I was a welder, so many motherfuckers gave me shit because they think like Starbucks is like the fruity, flamboyant art hipster with a laptop coffee. I love Starbucks coffee.
Really? You
I
do?
love it. Like
Oh.
that dark roast. I don't know what it is. It's just like
Oh.
because I used to, sometimes like when I'd be in a rush, like people would be like, get Dunkin'. It's not bad, but I always get the iced, and it tastes fake.
It is fake.
Like it's like
Yeah.
when I drink iced Dunkin', I shit in 2 minutes. Number one. And number two, I like get like it has like this aftertaste of like soy sauce to me. It's I don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
Yeah. It's like not even really coffee. It's like it's basically like sweetened milk
Yeah.
drinks.
Yeah.
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 Although
so-
I do like their pumpkin mocha.
You
in
know
the
what I
fall.
do like though better than is have you ever had Lavazza?
Um yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
That's so
that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had that the first time. So that's really
Mhm.
funny
Yeah.
comparing breakfast food in an American hotel versus Europe.
It's so different over there, yeah.
Like Poland is very communal where it's sort of like, "Oh, you're a milk
Oh.
farmer, I'm an egg farmer, let's trade." So when you had breakfast in
good.
Poland, I
That's
mean, it was
amazing.
like fresh eggs, fresh caviar,
That sounds amazing.
fresh meat,
Yeah.
Lavazza coffee.
Same.
And I'm kind of I don't even know if it's a bit. It's more of a fun fact than funny. But like, I would say all this shit growing up that I would do, like skiing or having caviar or having steak tartare, where people are like, "Oh, you must be rich." It's like, no, we just like for like people ski all the time.
Yeah.
There's cheap caviar. There's
That's
really
amazing.
shitty caviar.
Really?
There's like lumpfish caviar, which is like really.
That sounds gross.
Yeah, I mean it's like, I don't know where it comes from, but it just picture salty bobas, you know. And then
Ugh.
steak tartare, like. So here's a fun fact about steak tartare. Like, do you know what steak tartare is?
I just had it actually about a week ago
Do you know why it's okay to eat?
because it's not ground up.
Well, it's because it has to do with mad cow disease. Do you know what that is? Do you know why it stemmed from? So like I learned this because of the movie Hannibal. Because in the end of the movie, he almost like there's a like you ever watch those YouTube breakdowns where like, "Oh, would this happen in real life?"
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, have you ever seen Hannibal?
No. So you're gonna spoil the end of the movie?
Yeah, I will.
That's fine. I'm not gonna watch it anyway.
I think you would like it actually. It takes place like in all the art galleries in Italy.
Oh, is
But-
there like degenerate art in it? And
No,
is Hitler's shitty painting in it?
no.
Okay.
But there's like a lot of opera, and he's like, the premise of the movie is Hannibal escapes America, and he becomes an art gallery director in Italy, and
And then
at the-
becomes a psycho cannibal.
well, he eats people. That's his
Yeah,
thing, and
yeah.
at the end of the movie, there's an
Fine choice.
FBI agent chasing him, Ray Liotta,
Yeah.
and so to
Oh,
fuck with him,
R.I.P.
he eats his brain in front of him while he's still alive. Like he dies, like he like sedates him with like
Huh?
some Bill Cosby pill, and then
Oh.
he like saws his skull open and like feeds it to him and shit.
Oh.
And they were debunking because at the end of the movie is he goes on an airplane because he escapes, and then a little kid goes up to him. He's like, "What's that? Can I try?" And he gives him a little of Ray Liotta's brain on a cracker. And it was debunked because the thing is, if you eat, you ever see videos on how like radioactivity damages your body? Like it
I've heard, yeah.
like it breaks
yeah.
down your cells,
Yeah.
right?
That's why they hire people to watch radioactive waste
Mm.
because it remains active for like thousands of years. Even
Yeah.
just the byproduct of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you eat brain, it breaks down your DNA. So like if you have you're going to have hills have eyes kids. You're going to have redneck kids.
Does it matter what brain you eat?
Well, another humans. You can't have
Oh.
another humans.
I was
or
gonna
it'll
say
fuck with
because
you.
I've had head cheese before.
No, it's just like another humans you can't. And so what mad cow disease was in America, I learned this from a farm tour. This is so goofy, but like
Yeah.
God, I'm gonna keep going down too much information lane, but I really fucking wanted. I love milk. I don't know what it is, and I
Oh.
drink like this Polish box milk because you know how like they have whole milk here and it's
Yeah.
like 2% or something.
Yeah.
Polish milk they make it up to like 4%, so it tastes like fucking half and half, and it's like
Whoa.
thick.
Yeah, that's super.
I love it. I put it in
Oh.
my coffee and
Oh, yeah.
and it's all the cows are treated well. So
Yeah.
I learned this on so I went on this tour because I was like, how the fuck does fresh milk taste? And I went on this tour and I learned that every single farm in the U.S. is at least $1 million in debt.
Oh yeah,
That is how
it's
fucked they are.
horrible. It's horrible.
It's
yeah.
horrible.
The way that we treat farmers in
Mhm.
America is awful.
And they are so much in debt
Yeah.
that what started mad cow disease is they used to feed corn to the cows,
Which they're not supposed to eat.
which is unhealthy.
Yeah.
And
They're supposed to
so
eat grass.
in order to try and teach them to eat more corn, once in a while, so here's what happens is like when a bull impregnates a cow, whatever, if there was a cow that like for some reason, like say in the winter, that slipped and broke its leg,
Yeah.
it would go into so much stress that there would be blood in the milk, so they would just kill it.
Yeah.
And when that would happen, they were like, we're so fucking low on food, they would ground up that cow.
Oh yeah, and feed it to the
feed it.
cows.
And
Yeah.
that's mad cow disease. They would go crazy
I know.
because they would eat that cow's brain.
Yeah.
And that's why steak tartare, it's all from like grass-fed, like non-cruelty farms.
Of course.
Where these cows don't
Yeah.
have fucking problems.
Kind of like Wagyu beef too.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
massaged.
Yeah, and champagne.
Yeah.
10 times a day, whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, but like I grew up eating steak tartare all the fucking time as a kid, like all the time.
Yeah.
You go to the Polish store, they give you like a whole kit.
That's
Like,
amazing.
like they ask you if you want the kit because the way do you know how you prepare it? You get
I
like
don't know.
you-
Probably just chop it up. I don't know.
no, you get like a quart, and then you break in 2 egg yolks, and then they give you this chopped onions and pickles, and you mash it up together. And also
Delicious.
they have this Polish shit called magi, which is it's like Polish soy sauce, and you put that in for seasoning. It's like an all-purpose seasoning.
Oh, okay.
Like like
oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
like Mexicans have Goya.
Yeah.
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 So it's like that, except it's liquid.
It's like Lowry's,
Yeah.
kind of.
What's
but
that? It's like that orange shit they put on deviled eggs for
Paprika?
Americans.
Paprika?
They do put paprika?
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a orange seasoning.
No, it's paprika.
Okay. There was something else, but
Yeah.
but yeah. So
No, I love steak tartare. I love rare steak. Like if I have a steak, I want it as undercooked as humanly possible. I love sushi.
you know what I
all
love
that
that's really
stuff,
gross? I love because it's and it's unbelievably cheap. You get like 2 pounds of chicken liver for like $2. Have you ever had liver? You like liver or no?
It doesn't sound good.
No?
No.
Have you ever had like liverwurst?
No, because it sounds nasty.
Oh, it's really I love it. Or like have you ever had like rabbit pate? No.
Yes, rabbit's good.
That's what it tastes like.
Oh.
All pates, that's all liver.
Oh, rabbit pate. No, I don't.
Like
yeah,
turkey,
I don't.
turkey pate.
Yeah,
or chicken.
I don't like the pate. I don't like
Okay.
the texture of it. No,
Yeah.
It's not my favorite. No.
Yeah, so like what I love, this is so gross, but I'll make like liver and garlic cloves in the oven. And when you get the liver, it's all bloody. So like on the bottom of the sheet, you get like these like blood potato chips. Because it's all crispy. But yeah.
Oh my god, blood potato chips.
Yeah.
I never thought that
It's
would be
it's
a
like
delicious,
keto chips. Have you ever heard of keto chips?
Like broccoli.
No, they make
When I think keto potato chips, I hear air fried broccoli.
no, they make
something like some healthy vegetable thing.
no, keto's all protein and fat.
But low carb.
Yeah.
So I would assume it wouldn't have potato.
Yeah. So instead it's they have like where the whole bag is chicken skins.
That'd be good.
Yeah. And weirdly, because I'm a fan of Riff Raff, he has vegan orange chicken chips and orange
sounds
chicken.
nasty.
Honestly, it tasted exactly like Chinese food orange chicken. I've never had anything vegan that tasted that similar to what it's like emulating.
Really?
Yeah. It's so funny. There's that joke about like how like there's that joke about like if lesbians don't like cock so much, why are there dildos type thing?
Yeah.
So it's like if vegans don't like meat so much, why are they?
Jim Gaffigan has that bit. He's
Yeah.
like, why? Well, vegetarians are always like, well, this tastes like meat. Like they're eating bean burgers or
Yeah.
whatever, and they're like, I think you actually want to eat some meat,
Yeah.
like they're pretending not to like it, but I think they want it.
Yeah. 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 So you so like to wrap it, like, do you have any comedians that you look up to now?
Yeah,
Or like I mean,
yeah.
what were your influences? What you said,
Yeah.
I want to be a comedian. What did you watch that made you want to?
Well, when I was a kid, I just really watched, to be honest, like the Three Stooges.
Really?
Yeah, to me that was like comedy.
Dude, that is so funny because I was arguing with Justin Arsenault on here. He hates Three Stooges. I love it.
I loved the Three Stooges growing up. They're
who's
great.
your favorite?
Curly by far.
Curly?
By far, yeah.
I that used to be when I was a kid. I really
Yeah.
grown on Shemp. I don't know.
I know. I kind of hated Shum. Yeah, that was my. So I loved the Three Stooges growing up. And again, I think my comedy was more so from like comic strips.
Yeah.
Like Garfield, for example. To me, that was like jokes.
Yeah.
Growing up. So like growing up, I didn't necessarily watch a lot of like stand up per se. But in my 20s and when I became an adult,
Yeah.
grown to George Carlin. So that was like the big epiphany
Yeah.
for me, that comedy could be smart,
Yeah.
and it wasn't just like dumb, like juvenile stuff.
Yeah.
So I really got into Carlin, and nowadays I really am into Bill Burr. He's like my current favorite. I also really liked, yeah, exactly. Also when in my 20s, I also really liked Joel McHale. I used to watch like The Soup every week.
My wife is in love with him.
He's amazing. I've seen him back when it was still up. There was a Zanies in St. Charles at this what do they call it? It was a resort called Pheasant Run.
Yeah.
And I just remember Joel McHale getting up on stage, and if you've never been there, the like hallway to get to this club was just like really decrepit, and it looked like it was from the 70s, and there was this weird like fake New Orleans Bourbon Street like town that you had to like walk through to get there. I just remember Joel McHale got up on stage. He's like, "Wow, you guys call this murder motel a resort?"
Yeah.
Like he was just ripping on it, making fun of it like the whole time.
Yeah. Or it's
so
like The Shining.
Yeah. He's like this like shining, creepy place is
Yeah.
a resort. What is your idea of a resort? So yeah, he was also one of my favorites.
If you're in a haunted shit, what you should check out? Like seriously, like look this up. Have you ever heard of Circus? You know what that is?
Isn't that the hotel in Las Vegas?
Yeah. It is the oldest one that is still standing from like before the mafia. Because after the mafia they demolished all of them. That's the one that's still standing, and I've watched videos on it about how horrific it is.
I believe it.
They might have like renovated it now, but it's just like, I mean, it's one of those you hit the wall and the cockroaches come out, So, but
creepy.
Yeah.
I love
and
that.
Just like that whole 70s fucking
Yeah.
wood panel walls.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love it. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you like Joel McHale and
Joel
Bill
McHale.
Burr.
Yeah. I used to watch Chelsea Handler. I don't really like her stand up as much as her like hosting. I feel like she's a better late night host.
Yeah.
Another person who again I guess is like comedy is Conan O'Brien. Like I was a humongous
My wife
Conan
loves him
O'Brien.
too.
Yeah. I actually saw Conan when he still had like his show on NBC. He did like a tour across the country. He came to Chicago.
Oh wow.
I got up at 4 a.m. to like get a good seat.
Oh wow.
He was at the Chicago Theater.
I think I might have been at
amazing.
that one.
Yeah, it was a big weekend.
Was it he had like 6 openers?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, we went to that and I felt so bad because I had just gotten like that's Kelly's favorite.
Yeah, I love
and
Conan.
I had just gotten into the union, so I had a job where I had to wake up at 5 a.m. the next day.
Oh yeah.
So we saw him like host
Yeah.
but we didn't see his set
Oh.
because we
it's
had
amazing.
nosebleed seats.
Oh.
Like they
I remember
literally.
I had seats on like the main floor. They're pretty good.
No, I had. They wanted to make extra money, so they just put out folding chairs behind the last row. That's how bad it was.
I mean, at least you got a seat.
Yeah, yeah.
There were a lot of people that I don't think even got in.
Yeah,
It was a very popular
but
event.
he's great. Yeah,
I love Conan.
Growing up, him. Honestly, I kind of liked Craig Ferguson a little bit better. You remember
Really?
Craig Ferguson, the
Yeah,
Scottish guy?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I liked him a little bit better, but I liked Conan because all my I as a kid, all my favorite metal bands played on there.
Yeah.
It was like Slipknot, System of a Down,
Oh,
Korn.
yeah.
I think Tyler the Creator was on there.
Really?
I mean, it was he just had all these wild fucking guests that
Nice.
no uptight Letterman or Leno would have.
Oh, I hated Letterman, and I didn't like Leno that much either, especially after what he did to Conan. I was like,
Yeah.
this guy sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes you wonder how he even got that job. But
I know.
so like what about now, like in comment, do you have any shout outs now that you look up to that you like? Or you don't want to mention? It's cool if you don't.
Oh, no, I mean, I still look up to...
Fuck.
Oh, are we out of video?
I ran out of space
No.
on my phone. It's all good.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I still run the audio afterwards, but
yeah.
it just says technical difficulties over audio.
Oh, no.
I'm
Well, I was
sorry.
going to say, that's fine. I mean, yeah, I still look up to Bill Burr quite a lot today. I think he's my favorite, like, current comedian.
Yeah.
I like Michelle Wolf a lot, too.
I like her too, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like she's kind of underrated.
Yeah.
A little
I
bit.
loved how awkward she made it at that fucking the political thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, one of
Everybody
like correspondence dinners or something?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's really good. She's really smart. Jim Gaffigan's one of those ones where it's like anytime he has a new special, I'll watch it because he has that like mass appeal that like everybody I think likes. Like I think he's a great joke writer.
Yeah.
He even does like little segments on that show, the CBS Monday morning or Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Like little speeches, I guess, that are like really well written. So I think he's a really good joke writer, for sure. So yeah, those are like my top 3 favorites. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I was saying, I'm telling you that Lincoln Lodge, the class there, like I think you would really have a good time.
Yeah, I definitely want to.
Like it's what you know how I look at it is like I always tell people, I mean, even Kelly tells me this, like there's so much bullshit that I see online where it's like a limited edition jacket, right? And she's like, what's gonna feel worse, that you lost $100-$200 or that okay, we no longer make this anymore? You know what I mean? Like it's like, what's the bigger regret, that you didn't do it or that you spent this money?
Oh, yeah, by far that you didn't do something.
Yeah. So I just like,
oh, yeah.
Sometimes I see something, I'm just like, I'm just fucking getting this, you know?
Exactly, YOLO.
Yeah. Because, yeah.
Is that still a phrase people say?
I don't know.
But, yeah. No, my life philosophy is just do it. You know, like Shia LaBeouf is in my head all the time. Just do it! Like, literally every day. So I just, if I really want to do something, I just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's cool. Do you have any goals or any shows you want to promote?
Well, I will be co-judging the Gauntlet on Friday, October 17th. So I'm excited for that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then my goal, I've always wanted to play Zanies. So that's like my professional comedy goal, is to perform there.
Yeah.
At Zanies.
Did you so you want to do that just eventually or?
Eventually, yeah. I feel like one thing I've learned is I don't want to achieve my goals too quickly. I want to actually spread it out because I want to have something to look forward to. Once you've done everything, then what? Yeah. So I'm not really in like a huge hurry. You know, I don't want to get bored. I don't want to run out of things to do either. Yeah. I'm okay with that.
I'm like a burning trailblazer. I'm just like, keep them coming. Like that's just me. Yeah. You know, right now I'm our I don't know if I talked about this at my last episode, but our venue got shut down, the Wild Dogs.
Yeah, I
You know.
heard like secondhand from someone. Yeah, that sucks. Because it sounds like that place was really cool and it was there for a long time
It
too.
it was there from March. So
That's it?
yeah, I don't even know if I'm supposed to talk about this, but I don't really give a shit. But it's just like, so I think the owner is unbelievably cool. Shout out to Matt, and he's awesome. But
Yeah.
they started out in Elgin as like a food truck. He was just like a foodie,
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay guy that
Nice.
like, I have my recipes and I want to make them. And I've never eaten anything there that I didn't think was absolutely amazing. It was like the Kumas of hot dogs. I don't know if you ever
Yeah.
had. Have you ever had
Kumas,
Kumas?
yep. Mhm.
They make their own. Like this place made their own hot dogs. They grind their own sausage.
Damn, that's a lot of effort and work.
Yeah. So it was. I mean, and I actually because they shut down. I was like, dude, what the fuck is this sauce? And they told me it, so I have it upstairs.
Oh, good.
Because I've never been obsessed with
Wow.
a sauce, but
Huh.
it's Kinder's buffalo buttery wing sauce.
Sounds amazing.
But I feel like I could put that on like a cat turd and it would be delicious.
Really?
Like it's so good. But
Oh,
so they start off as a food truck in Elgin, then they moved to a location in Elgin, which I guess was a small location, and then they wanted a bigger spot, so they took over a location that used to be a Panera. They leased it out, and they just had a huge feud with the guy next door. I'm not even
that
going to mention
happens
the name.
sometimes. Yeah.
That's the thing that I won't mention for legally. But,
That's fine.
But this guy, let's just say it's a famous stuffed lasagna pizza of Chicago that Chicago's known for.
Yeah.
And
I heard about this. Yeah.
This fucking obese idiot, he's like, you're taking my business away. It's like, dog, I love Chicago stuffed pizza.
Yeah.
My stomach can handle that like once a month.
Right.
That's why you don't have good business, because people cannot eat a suitcase of cheese regularly.
What if they're from Wisconsin?
Maybe, but they won't be living long, so it's not lifetime customers.
YOLO. Yeah.
And so they had a little feud bullshit going on, and basically there was some, I will say, some fucking I don't even know what you would call it, like mafia almost related blackmailing to get them the fuck out of there. And it's sad because it was a good location. It was good food. I don't think anybody who ever went there had any complaints. And Matt said that he's taking a break, which is good for him, because he looked so stressed out all the time.
Yeah,
I'm like,
running a restaurant is one of the hardest businesses.
Yeah.
It's grueling.
I've seen Bar Rescue with John Taffer.
Oh, yeah. I used to love that show.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
I think Kelly's sister has a crush on John Taffer because her boyfriend's a little bit of a bitch. So she wants a fucking old Italian man with slicked hair
Really?
that screams.
That's like so specific.
But I guess I'm working on trying to get a tour going. I did it before. Basically what I do is I just, like I said, try and get like a headliner in Chicago and be like, I will do the grunt work. Let's fucking get a tour going, because what the fuck are we doing just dicking around in Chicago? Like where you want to stay here, I don't know, man. I got that, I call it immigrant hustle. I got that like motivation where it's like there's so many comedians I know that they're better than me, but they're like, I kind of want to just, stay in Chicago. I'm going to wait till people reach out to... It's like, no, dude. No.
Yeah.
No, stay hungry.
Yeah, I was going to say nothing will come to us ever.
That's the one comedy book that I did read, Stay Hungry, by Sebastian Maniscalco.
Oh, I actually have a copy of that book. I didn't read it, but I got it from a thrift store because he autographed it. So I was like, this will probably be worth something someday.
I also did that. I didn't get it from a thrift store. I got it
from a thrift.
Copy.
Yeah, it was from a thrift for like $2. So I was like, I should get this as a collector item.
Yeah.
I haven't read it. Well, actually, no, I did read it. I just think I forgot about it, to be honest. All I remember is that, he's from Arlington Heights, and he also went to NIU, and he was also Greek.
Yeah.
I think he was in the Sigma Nu frat.
And his dad still runs a barbershop there.
Really?
Like 7 years old, yeah.
Really? Oh.
And so like and that's why I like him a lot. You know what's funny is I heard a lot of comedians in our circle hate on him.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why.
They say that he doesn't actually I got cat hair on my lip. He doesn't their criticism of him is that he doesn't write punchlines, that his comedy is more so in his like acting and performance of it.
The act outs.
Right, yeah. It's not like what he's saying is funny, it's like how he's saying it.
Yeah.
Especially because he has that over the top what like he goes crazy in a lot of ways, and like his body contorts and his like facial expressions, so it almost doesn't work when you're just like listening to it. Because part of it's visual in his like performance of it.
No, I like him a lot because that type of people he's talking about, I grew up around all that, so
same.
But all right, well, thanks for being on Wild Philosophy, and
thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
And see you next time, I guess.
See you next time.
How to end this off. I'm too buzzed and tired.
It's the red wine. Bye. I'm telling you, it's the red wine that does it. There's something in the red wine.